Another rendition, and just a wonderful rendition of our nation's anthem performed by the Tate Aggie Marching Band, and they just do a tremendous job. If you are a fan of the bands, well, they don't get much better than the one they've got here at Tate High School. Just an excellent job. Well, the colors are currently being retired. Gives us an opportunity now to take a look at the coin toss, which happened moments ago. Coin toss is brought to you by the Air Force Reserves. The mission of the Air Force Reserves is to fly, fight, and win in air, space, and cyberspace. You serve where you live without interrupting your civilian career or higher education. From pilots and mechanics to healthcare and cyber careers, part-time jobs with full-time benefits are available in the Air Force Reserve. afreserve.com. Well, it was the Tate Aggies that won the toss, and they elected to defer to the second half. So it looks like it'll be the Escambia Gators who will be on offense to start this game. And Jeff, we talked about it a little bit in the open. Certainly some guys to keep a watchful eye on. And obviously the offense all goes through A.V. Smith. He's thrown for almost 1,000 yards already, as you alluded to, 975 touchdowns this year. He has thrown 3 interceptions, but that's going to happen from time to time. The thing about what he's been able to do is he's got some playmakers, and he knows how to get it in their hands. And we talked about Frank Pizant. He gets it done both on the ground and through the air. Yeah, I mean, Pizant, Coach Bennett was talking about Tony Broadnax, JoJo Blackman, Jalen Blackman, you guys, Zachary Lovelace, Deterius Gideon. He said, go down our roster, pick any of them you want. They'll all go out and make a play for you. We saw last time we had Tate that they've mixed some things up offensively. They've moved Patrick Palmer from wide receiver to now a running back. It's worked out pretty well for him so far. Palmer has 5 touchdowns on the ground, plus he's carried the ball for 361 yards. So he's done an excellent job in that running back position. It's made the offense a little bit more dynamic for him as well. It has, and it's put a lot more pressure on Spencer Ruiz, basically the main receiver they have left. When you had Palmer and Ruiz out there, that was quite the combo, but with injuries and things going on, Coach Lindsey had to make a change, and the Palmer decision seems like a pretty good change. Don't let the record fool you. They're still a heck of a team, and they just play a really tough schedule. They did. They have losses to Milton, PHS, Gulf Breeze, all of those teams playing pretty well this year. Also a loss to West Florida as well. Their wins to Choctaw. That was a good win to start the season here at Tate. It was our first game of the year, and they're coming off a win against Washington, a 30-27 win at Booker T. Washington in that contest. Now they've got the Escambia Gators. 1 loss for the Gators this year, and that was to a very improved Pine Forest team we got a chance to look at last week. That is a fun squad there, and they played a really good West Florida team. It was West Florida that came out on top. Oh, what can you say about West Florida? They've had a tough break as well, but they came back and kind of showed their mettle last week. We're underway. It's a sidewinding kick that'll be returned from the 6. Across the 25 and dragged down as Spencer Ruiz inside the 30-yard line. And now we'll see that Tate Aggie offense led by Hunter Riggin. Our starters today brought to you by Pete Moore Chevrolet, located just 3 miles north of NAS Pensacola on New Warrington Road. Pete Moore is not in Car City, so you won't pay Car City prices. Check out the deals online at PeteMooreChevrolet.com. They've got some big guys up front along the line as well. They've done an excellent job blocking. You see Cole Kelly, he's in that formation, one of their receivers. And also we'll see Patrick Palmer lined up in the backfield. Hunter Riggin out of the shotgun. And there goes Riggin to the outside, turns the corner at the 30, gets tackled from behind on the sideline at about the 37-yard line, chased out of bounds by Joseph Miner, the junior defensive end. Yeah, and one thing we talked about, one of our keys to the game was Escambia's going to have to stack the box here and really force Hunter Riggin to throw the ball, which he's had some success, no doubt, but Hunter Riggin struggles on those short routes. Tonight he's going to have to find some touch. It is second down, and they've really only got about a yard to go for a first down. They had to reset the chains. They're still working to get those chains set on the far side. I think they had moved them thinking it was a first down. Yeah. It wasn't. 2nd and 1. They're used to Hunter Riggin getting first downs here. That's the truth. Ruiz splits out with Josh McNeil to the outside, and he's joined by Cole Kelly. Palmer's off the right hip of Riggin. Riggin has the first down and gets tackled on the sideline at the 41-yard line.
One thing you're going to notice is Escambia, that D-line's not very big. They're not your normal D-lines that you see here in the area. One thing Coach Bennett was talking about, though, is they like to shoot the gaps. They're so quick, they can bust in that backfield in a heartbeat, and they love to throw a party back there.
And he really likes the speed and athleticism of this defensive line as well. We've got a timeout early, and Mike Bennett not happy. Just 3 plays into this game, and Mike Bennett fired up on the Escambia sideline, using a timeout with 11:28 to go in the first quarter. It's Tate marching on Friday Night Rivals, WFGX 35.
This is Tom Thumb Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Hill Kelly, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
The Aggies trying to march early in this first quarter. Oh, a lot of young cheerleaders. They got the little ones out today. That's fun. That is, can you call that structured chaos down there?
Absolutely.
All right, 1st and 10. Riggin. Inside handoff this time to Palmer, but he gets swallowed up as he tries to go through a hole on the left side. He got a couple of yards, 2nd and 8 coming up for the Aggies.
Yeah, just expect to hear Riggin and Palmer all night, folks. Every once in a while, you'll have Ruiz out there, maybe a little Lockhart, who knows.
And they are not throwing the ball nearly as much as they were earlier, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that Palmer's now in the backfield. Riggin carries this time across the 45 to the 47-yard line. This is the 3rd time we've had the Aggies on Friday Night Rivals this year. Of course, they got that win against Choctaw in week 1.
And went for 2 against Milton.
That
did
was
pull it off.
Wonderful football game, wasn't it?
Man, oh man.
We had some fun at that one. 3rd down, 3rd and 4. Riggin's in the gun. Palmer trying to find a hole, got to midfield, but he's a yard short, maybe 2 of the first down. And it looks like Tate will probably have to punt it, although they may try to go for it. The offense is staying out there for now. And they're signaling in calls. I think they're going to go for it here on 4th and 1. Boy, big possession. If they don't get it, Escambia will take over at midfield. Tried to draw him off sides, no luck. Still plenty of time on the play clock. Gators showing pressure. Palmer dives out. He's got the first down, it looks like.
Oh, it's going to be close.
Went to that outside and just dove ahead and tried to sneak in for the first down.
When you see him step to the side, you always get worried, thinking he's not going to make it right there. That dive may have got it for him.
I think we're going to see a measurement.
Yeah, one thing that Tate's going to have to do tonight is really eat the clock and hold that football and keep it away from that explosive offense over there of Escambia. Limit the possessions. Even if you don't score here, chew as much clock as you can. They gave him a first down.
Yes, they did. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. And Riggin fakes the sweep to Spencer Ruiz and keeps it himself and dives forward for 4.
Yeah, Escambia looks like on defense, kind of trying to feel them out. They're also playing for that deep bomb. They know Riggin's got a cannon for an arm. We've seen it plenty of times this year and last year. Just kind of waiting for him to make a mistake.
2nd down and 7 after a 3-yard pickup on 1st down. And there's a big hole for Palmer to the outside. He has the first down, and he's flushed out of bounds on the far sideline, but not before he picks up plenty for a first down. Now deep into Escambia territory, and the Aggies are marching on their first drive of the game.
Boy, he's fun to watch, isn't he? That's just incredible. He's just 1 foot in the ground and up. Next thing you know, it's 15-yard gain.
Safety, Holly, forced him out of bounds. He almost got that corner. Well, he did get the corner, but boy, if he gets around Holly, there's nobody left to stop him.
He's off to the races.
Another first down for the Aggies, and this time Riggin tries to keep it nothing up the middle, finds a little bit of room to the edge.
They one thing with Hunter Riggin, talking to a few people before the game, they said he loves playing linebacker more than he likes playing quarterback. I mean, you can tell he's built like a linebacker. In fact, I believe he has an offer from UAB, and I'm almost willing to bet it's a linebacker offer.
It's second down now after it looks like a pickup of 3, maybe 4 yards on that first down play. This is the 10th play of the drive already. A methodical drive, and they haven't had to go to the air yet. Palmer gets the carry, gets to the edge. There goes Palmer to the 20, and wrestled down on the sideline at the 16-yard line. It's another Tate first down.
Yeah, we see on the Bob Tyler Toyota instant replay, just a straight little sweep out there on the edge. And man, Palmer in the open field is so tough. Looks like he slipped right there. He might have been still running. We're now in the Synovus red zone.
We are. Synovus is the bank of here. A 17-yard carry brings him inside the red zone. It's the 4th first down of this drive alone. Riggin with a hole, and there he goes. Touchdown, Aggies.
And oh man, what can you say right there? The big buffet busters up front leading the way. Tell you what though, on Escambia's side, that almost just looked like lack of effort.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys just standing around.
I mean, that was easy for Hunter Riggin. He went untouched, found the hole, and it was a big hole. You could have drove a truck through there. And the Aggies out to an early touchdown advantage. It took 11 plays. The drive spanned 72 yards. And it chewed up almost half of the first quarter.
Perfect. Couldn't ask for any better.
And I think that's what Tate needs to do. Long, methodical drives, limit those Escambia possessions.
And if you can score on those drives, man, oh man.
You keep it to a low-scoring game, you've got yourself a good chance to pull off what would certainly be an upset. The Aggies are up by a touchdown with 7.5 to go in the first.
This is Tom Thumb Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Hill Kelly, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Going over the offense there in the Tate tent. Probably not a lot of negative critiques under that tent right now.
No, just a little bit of let's keep doing this all night.
Yeah. Here's what worked. Christian Page with a short kick, but it is a sliding catch at the 35 that'll start the drive for the Escambia Gators.
Yeah, Jaden Baseman right there, looking like he's playing center field.
Yeah, he did. Went back on it, over the shoulder catch.
The Blue Wahoos would like that one.
Yes. Of course, tonight opens up the NLCS, Dodgers and Brewers.
Who you got?
Figure out who goes to the World Series. I just can't pick against the Dodgers.
I can't
Although
either,
I'd love to see the Brewers. I like the team they've put together.
Absolutely.
I've still got a soft spot in my heart for the Royals, and they've got a lot of former Royals on that Milwaukee team.
God bless you.
All right, out of the shotgun, A.V. Smith hands it off, and there's a hole on the left side. And sometimes when you have that kind of athleticism, you can create your own holes.
Yeah, absolutely. But it looks like his own man got in his way there.
Jalen Blackman got the carry, though, on first down.
Yeah, Eric Harris, the 6'3", 285 senior, making the tackle there.
That's not how you draw it up.
No. You'd never expect to run into a 285-pound man running a sweep.
Well, you talked about the weapons they have at wide receiver, and they are plentiful for this Escambia team. They've got 3 receivers in double figures. A.V. Smith can throw it all over the yard as well. This time he puts it in Pizan's hands, and there he goes, spinning his way down to the 48-yard line. The Aggies march down the field, spanning 72 yards on an 11-play drive to find the end zone and score first. And now it's the Gators on the march, picking up back-to-back first downs.
Yeah, Pizan right there, you know, one of our players to watch, kind of showing you, makes it look easy against that Tate defense. Isn't it crazy to think he's being recruited as a linebacker? But he's a fantastic running back.
Such a good running back. It is, but tells you, you know, at the upper levels, the Division I, if you want to go play Division I football, that It's where his future is. This time Smith pulls it and keeps it himself and gets into Aggie territory at about the 46-yard line.
Yeah, A.B. Smith doesn't like to run it a whole lot, but he shows you right there that he absolutely can on the zone read. Coach Bennett talking about he praised him on how much he's matured from last year to this year.
Well, look at last week. He was 13 for 14 passing, threw for almost 230 yards against a really good Navarre team.
Yeah, he's got to get that 14th pass, though. He's got room to grow right there.
There you go. Handoff. Pizan trying to find holes. Looked like he would be bottled up for no gain and still sneaks his way for about a 3-yard pickup, a yard short of the first.
It shows you the tough running right there as we see the Comfort Dental fan cam. There's your show band of the South, they like to call them.
They are so good, too.
And they put on a heck of a show before the game.
We got the privilege of hearing them while they practiced today before the contest, and that was almost as good as hearing them in the game.
Absolutely.
They are so good. 3rd down and a yard to go. Probably 4-down territory anyways for the Gators. There goes Pizan, even dragging a defender with him to the 35-yard line.
Man, oh man. Tristan Taylor right there, middle linebacker, hanging on for the ride. Bringing down Pizan.
Grabbed the back of his shirt and went for a little ride, as you said.
Yeah.
It was Taylor that was kind of walking his way with his hands up the back of his jersey to try to hop on his back and bring him down. 5:03 to go, water break. It's the Tate Aggies with the 7-0 lead, and while we have a moment, let's check in once again downstairs with Amy.
Hey folks, I'm here with Morgan, the head cheer coach at Tate High School, and a 4th grader, Ashton. So Morgan, it's not every day you see a 4th grader out here cheering with the big leagues. Can you kind of tell us a little bit about what's going on?
Well, we have our little Aggie fundraiser that we do every single year, and one of the prizes for being a little Aggie is you get to come cheer with us for the first quarter of the game. So we just have our little ones from the community being a little Aggie for the night.
Ashton, are you having a lot of fun tonight?
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with my friends. Go Tate.
We love that. Well, thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thanks, Amy. Another Mattress Outlet sideline report. Now with 4 locations to serve you across Northwest Florida, you spend a third of your life in bed. Don't take it lying down. Come in and sleep on it at Mattress Outlet. Amy and Morgan both had the jackets on. It's getting a little chilly tonight.
I heard that.
Amy saying prior to the game today that temperatures will creep down into the 60s. Could even get into the low 60s this evening. Right now,
Feels good no matter what it is.
66 degrees where we sit. We've got a penalty against the Aggies coming out of that break.
Yeah, as if Escambia needed any help. Those silly penalties right there being offside.
As long as it's back into the 80s by Sunday, by beach day, we're good. Gotta get back out there. And off inside, Pizan into a pile of Aggies. The herd brings him down.
Perfect right there. Speaking of the beaches, by the way, we just want to send you're in our thoughts. All the people of Panama City and Mexico Beach and all that area over there was just devastated by the hurricane. We want to know they're in our prayers. And folks, if there's anything we can do to help them, I know there's some fundraisers or some drives going. Let's do it, because we've been through that before.
Boy.
It is not fun at all.
It is just devastating to see the destruction over there from Michael. Inside, a handoff to the right side. Pizan finds space. There he goes. Pizan still on his feet, battling his way into the end zone. The Gators answer. Frank Pizan with the touchdown. 29 yards for the score.
That's just pure determination. I mean, watch us run, folks. I mean, great blocking out front by the Buffet Busters, but look at this. Missed tackle right there. Tackled into the end zone. He was not going to be denied.
Well, when you have a guy that's as good of a linebacker as he is, that shows you that he's got toughness inherently.
Oh, he loves to hit people.
Yes, he does, and that's part of the reason why it's so tough to bring him down. Pizan with his 10th touchdown of the season. Well, the point after is good, and we're all even at 7 with 4:01 left in this opening quarter. And, well, Jeff, if this is how it's going to go, we could be looking at a track meet tonight.
Yeah, and yet another great game here on Friday Night Rivals. Man, oh man, we've had some good ones this year. Tell you what, for Escambia, it's almost like I hate to say it, it's almost like a trap game. You know, I mean, Tate's struggling this year. They're still a great team, but Escambia is kind of the team on top.
Well, Tate, even in a down year, they're always one of those teams that you've got to watch out for because they can still beat you if you take them lightly.
Especially at home.
Yep.
They play very well here at home. Make no mistake.
Don't forget, we'll name our player of the game at the end of the contest today. Hill Kelly once again teaming up with WEAR Channel 3 News to pay it forward for education. Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram owner Miles Bentley identifies and donates $500 to teachers in Northwest Florida to fund special class projects. Look for those stories Thursday during Channel 3 News at 5 o'clock. Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram is located in Car City at 6171 Pensacola Boulevard. HillKellyDodge.com. Proud to present our player of the game after the game tonight.
A bit of a squib kick right there by Escambia, trying to keep it away from Mr. Palmer, and Josh McNeil just falls on top of it. Probably a smart idea.
It almost works to Tate's advantage of giving them a longer field. They can chew up more clock that way. Escambia's got to find a way to play a little tighter defense. Meanwhile, Tate's got to do what they did on that first drive. They did a nice job of mixing up looks, and this time Hunter Riggin just puts his head down and barrels forward.
Yeah, Escambia only has 7 in the box right now. They're still trying to play it safe here and feel this game out. But they think they have more confidence in their linebacking core. Man, they've got some good linebackers too, and it all starts with Noah Lord. And oh man, number 4 right there, the senior, 6 foot 240. That young man's gonna have plenty of offers when the season's over with.
Well, he got 6 yards there on first down, so it's 2nd down and 4 from the 35. Palmer stuffed. Wild to think how far Mike Bennett has taken this team in just 2 short years. They were a team that was really struggling a couple of years ago, and then Mike Bennett took over after spending a long time at PHS. Of course, he's coached at a few different schools in this area.
Been a little bit of everywhere.
He has. Of course, he went to Tate. As you mentioned in the open, he was a running back here for the Aggies. 3rd down and 4. Riggin stopped short, got 1.5 yards, maybe 2. Now 4th down, and the Aggies have a decision to make. They went for it on 4th down of their last drive and got it. Tried to draw the Gators off sides, didn't. Ran it anyways, picked up the necessary yard. Now they need another one here.
Yeah, it's tough right here. I mean, if you don't get it, Escambia gets fantastic field position. But for Tate, this is what they're going to have to do to win the football game.
They're going to use all 4 of their downs. 4th down and 1. Again, the hard count from Riggin. Nobody bit. Keep in mind they haven't thrown it yet. And now the Aggies will burn a timeout as we reach 2 minutes to go in this first quarter.
Yeah, probably a good decision there. I mean, if you're on the 50-yard line, it's a little bit different. If you're inside, your own 40 right there, probably not a good idea.
So a timeout by the Aggies. 4th and 1. And yeah, I think you're right. I would be a little surprised at this juncture if they do, in fact, go for it. Let's check in again for another Mattress Outlet sideline report from Amy.
You guys, check out the crowd at Tate High School tonight. If you just look to the right, I believe it is, look at the band, look at the student section. They're all going crazy tonight for Tate High School to see if they can pull out a win. So we're really loving their energy tonight.
Thanks, Amy. It is part of what makes this such a tough place for opposing teams to play.
And no short of energy ever here in Gonzales.
A lot of pride in this school. Good snap from Tanner Clifton to the punt.
Great punt.
Is away. And that's a wonderful punt from Jace Dunsford. And it comes to rest near the 20-yard line. They'll spot it at the 24 officially, and that'll give a long field for the Gators to work with here.
Yeah, got a couple scores here if you're interested, Tommy.
Always.
Yeah, of course, we have a few games postponed tonight due, the Hurricane Michael and things like that. We got Gulf Breeze 13, Pace 7 still in the first quarter. Boy, that'd be a fun one to be at, too. Two dynamic running backs. Crestview 14, Fort Walton Beach, nothing. Fort Walton Beach had a tough year this year. Man, oh, man.
1st and 10. Smith keeps it. And he has a lot of room. Diving to the 40-yard line, A.V. Smith. We talked about his ability to throw the football, but keep in mind A.V. Smith can run as well, but this time it might come back. There is a flag down. Smith is their 2nd leading rusher, only behind Pizant. He's carried it 42 times this year, over 300 yards on the ground, but this one will come back 10 yards.
Yeah, holding call right there. But you talk about 2nd leading rusher. You're not going to catch Pizant. Good luck. Huge break for Tate right there.
Willie Lawrence, our head referee tonight. Under 1:40 to go. Smith steps up, throws right through the fingertips. I'm not convinced that Detarius Gideon is who he was looking for there. He had Gideon, but he also looked like had another receiver downfield a little bit on the sideline that had Gideon not reached up for that, might have had a chance.
Yeah, I believe that was Chris Hale. He was actually looking for, and Gideon kind of got in the way. Nonetheless, he wouldn't have cared who caught the football as long as somebody caught it.
But it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Because the holding penalty occurred a little more upfield, they actually only ended up losing a yard or 2. So it's 2nd and 12. And again, Smith to throw it. Steps up. Oh, a lot of pad on the outside for D.T. Gideon as he makes the 1st down catch on the far sideline just inside the 40.
And you see Ruiz there playing corner. And, man, giving him so much space, that's a lot of respect. They know that, you know, look like they're playing a zone defense right there, that any of these guys can beat them deep. These guys are absolute top-notch athletes. I tell you what, if A.V. Smith has that kind of open receivers tonight, he's going to have a fun night.
Pizant has his fair share of catches as well out of the backfield. And one thing you'll notice, and it was interesting talking with Mike Bennett, we haven't seen it much today. There's a handoff. Pizant looked to the inside, goes back to the outside, still on his feet, tackled near the 40-yard line at the 42 of Tate. But to finish that thought, Mike Bennett says that they do a lot of speed sweeps from their receivers, but they always do it with a quick little shovel pass, inside pass, and I thought it was a good reason too. He goes, that way, in case they drop it, it's not a fumble. Instead, it's an incomplete pass. Always want to make sure that speed sweep is a forward toss for that reason.
Yeah, the only dangerous thing with that is it's got to be on point every single time because, man, oh, man, I mean, a lot of bad things can happen on those little shovel passes. I do like the idea, absolutely. If you practice it, go for it.
See if we see that here. There it is. That's exactly what we were talking about. Gideon around the outside. Gideon explodes for the 1st down before he's popped out of the 25-yard line. This is a hard-hitting Escambia team, offensively and defensively, and we see it here from Gideon. Look at this.
Yeah, watch it. This is Tristan Nall he runs into right here. Man. These guys, the one thing you got to remember, they love going ones against ones in practice. I mean, so, tell you what, they're not scared, and if you want to see some trash talking, show up at Escambia practice one day.
Well, and you mentioned that it was Tristan Nall that made the hit. And now he is down. It looks like he's actually holding the back of that left knee.
Yeah, it's never good. Sure hope he's all right. He's in some big-time pain.
Yeah, he is. He tried to get up. He is down on the field now, and certainly hurting. One of the things that Mike Bennett was talking about, he goes, part of, you know, when he took this program over, they had some good years, but there was a culture change that kind of happened here, and he pointed out that he brought a lot of his coaches over that he had worked with in the past and got the kids to buy in pretty quickly to what they were trying to teach here.
Yeah, he said that the transition was actually fairly easy because, you know, he didn't have to just teach the kids. He didn't have to worry about the coaches.
Yep.
Like he said, he brought all his coaches over, and he said everything was pretty good. All the kids loved him, and And one thing that the players will tell you is Coach Bennett's such a fun guy to play for.
Yeah.
He's very energetic. I mean, the passion his kids play with, they get it from him.
A 30-minute phone conversation, and you pick that up real quick.
Absolutely.
All right, first down and 10. The ball's at the 28-yard line. Escambia scored on their first drive, as did Tate. The Aggies had to punt their last drive. Now the Gators, the final drive of this opening quarter. Quick pass to the edge. Gideon trying to make a move, and gets by the defender, slips another tackle, and he's to the 21-yard line. Boy, he went one-on-one on that edge.
He was toying with it.
Tate Gideon just with a nice move to get by the defender and make a miss to pick up 8 yards on first down.
Yeah, I believe it was Tanner Clifton, number 19, and DT Gideon just kind of playing around with him a little bit. Clifton doing a good job, though. Wait until the cavalry arrives.
Inside handoff. There's Pezant again. He has the first down. That brings us to the end of the first quarter. The Gators are marching. Game's tied at 7 at the end of 1. It's Tom Thumb Friday Night Rival, sponsored by Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
This is Tom Thumb Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
That's Malcolm Thomas,
How about that?
superintendent of schools. Catching a football game. We saw him last week as well.
Hey, it's Chick-fil-A Cal.
And the Chick-fil-A
That's our second
Cal.
favorite guy.
To the outside. How about the stiff
Oh,
arm
wow.
from Pezant? And another one. Tackled inside the 15.
Time to get on the play.
Once again, they're back in the Synovus red zone. Proud to be part of the communities that support our businesses and our hometown football team. Synovus Bank, welcome to the Bank of Here. Visit the Bank of Here and let Synovus help you with all your financial needs.
Boy, that's the type of run that you like to see a linebacker with right there. Man, oh, man.
He is something else, isn't he?
Absolutely.
Almost 1,000 yards. He's averaging almost 10 yards a carry this year.
Not bad.
They want to throw it. A.V. Smith. Good coverage on the outside. Spencer Ruiz knocking it away.
Yeah, Ruiz doing a great job right there at corner. Locking them down out there. Going to have to do that tonight. Tate's going to have to put a few more people in the box right here to stop Pezant. He's shown that, man, he's not going down with one person. They better take the whole crew out there.
But the thing is, too, when you take that risk, then all of a sudden he can get to the outside and take off. So you have to find a way to keep him contained between the tackles, too, don't you?
Absolutely. You got to pick your poison.
A.V. Smith steps up, slips a tackle. Smith still on his feet inside the 5-yard line. He's got a first down.
They're just so shifty. Right when you think they got him, he finds a way to get away. You see a little linebacker blitz on the outside and opens up a huge hole in the middle. Right here, think you got him? Nope. We see Hunter Riggin playing a little linebacker and coming off the field now.
Yeah, he is a busy guy for the Aggies.
And Coach Lindsey said he had to fight him to keep him off the field from linebacker. He just loves it so much.
Don't get a chance to make many tackles at quarterback.
No, absolutely not. He's tired of getting hit.
Yeah, sometimes you like to deliver the blows. Injured player right now for the Aggies.
Jarquarius Qualls there, senior linebacker. You know, Coach Lindsey was telling us, so he's always been a basketball player, but he came out his senior year, wanted to give football a try, and turned out to be a starter out there. Just like a pleasant surprise for him.
It's amazing what kind of athletes there are.
Play as many sports as you can.
And that's so true, too. I mean,
You never know.
It's becoming more and more evident how healthy that is for young athletes as well. And it helps you grow in all sports. And as you advance, too, if you even play at the next level, in so many sports, it helps keep you healthy.
Yep,
because
absolutely.
your body's conditioned for different skill sets. A lot of research about that coming out these days. All right, first down and goal for the Gators inside the 5-yard line. There's that touch pass to the outside on the sweep. Blackman is in. Touchdown, Gators.
It's a great little pass. You call it a pass. It's, the sweep there. Sweep pass, we'll call it. Big open hole. Couldn't contain him around the outside. Watch this right here. He almost wanted to hit Palmer. That's the attitude these guys play with.
Go ahead. 11 plays, 76 yards, ending in that short 4-yard touchdown drive for Blackman. It's his second technically rushing touchdown of the season. If they put that down as a receiving touchdown, it would be his third. It's the Gators up by a touchdown. 14-7, 10:54 to go in the first half.
This is Tom Thumb Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Hill Kelly, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Our Comfort Dental fan cam.
That might be the first people. Might be the first people to ever realize they're on the fan cam this year.
Hey guys, thanks for. Make sure you tell whoever's there to smile. Whoever's watching, thanks for watching.
Absolutely.
Oops, slipped at the 20-yard line. Comfort Dental offering compassionate professionalism at 4 convenient locations across Northwest Florida. Schedule a visit at comfortdentalforme.com and get the perfect smile you desire. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Aggies, and they need to score on this drive. They would really need to come up with an answer.
Yeah, got to keep pace because that Escambia offense is starting to heat up.
Not much there to the inside.
Yeah, just relentless right there, that Escambia defense. Tell you, best thing Tate could do right now, just really spread them out. Get them in one-on-ones right there and get those guys out of the box. You got 8 guys right now sitting there in the box.
2nd and 9. Now they spread them out. 3 wide. Another handoff for Palmer. And again, not much there, and Palmer just not finding any room on the inside.
I tell you, the defensive line's doing a great job. After that first drive, kind of just getting pushed around. You see them right now. They're getting a hold of those big buffet busters up front and holding their own and making Palmer make the read. And he's struggling because every hole is clogged right now.
Well, it's hard to read a closed book.
Absolutely.
3rd down and 10.
I know you like my information that I always put out there. Found out a group of Gators is called a congregation.
Oh,
so
okay.
A congregation on defense in that last tackle.
They are really congregating on the inside.
I have nothing better to do.
That's good. I like that.
You do all the hard stuff.
Well, sure. They want to throw it here. And Riggin is hit in the backfield, somehow held onto the football, but he is sacked back at the 10-yard line. Joseph Minor coming from the blind side, and Riggin never saw him.
I think the more impressive thing is that Hunter Riggin held on to this football. I mean, right there, how in the world? Somebody, a man's got a grip on it. Nonetheless, great sack. And Escambia coming into this game had 25 sacks. Like I said, they like to have a party in the backfield.
Now they've got a punt, and this is going to be tough to flip the field here for Jace Dunsford. Low snap, but that's a pretty good punt.
Oh, beautiful punt.
Muffed. Loose football.
Tate's got the football.
I think they do. They certainly think they do. Now they've got to unpile.
Well, good luck in the bottom of that pile. Tate football.
Wow, how about that? It went right off his chest.
Watch the
Have another
replay.
look. That was Gideon coming up to take the, actually no, excuse me, that was Sanders. And he just let it get too deep. He didn't catch it in the hands. Instead, it hits off the numbers, and see if the Aggies can take advantage of a second life on this drive.
Yeah, Tanner Clifton jumping on the football right there. Great job, great awareness. Huge for this Tate Aggie team.
Nothing fancy about this run for Riggin. Straight up the gut to get a quick 5 yards on first down, and they will gladly take that.
That's just old school football right there. You know, man, once again, Tate, remember, they need to eat this clock. Keep it away from Escambia.
But there's a flag down.
Been a fairly well-played game tonight for both these teams.
This is, I think, only our second time that we've seen Willie Lawrence today. Both times it's a holding. Jeff Schmidt, Adam Boubian, Bernard Kemp, John Baggs, Lavetta Hatcher, and Mike Mock, all part of this crew. All right, first down and now a mile. They've got to go 22 yards for a first down. Palmer throws it, though. He had his man. He just led Ruiz a little bit too far.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, though, it looked like Ruiz almost kind of didn't start running until it was a little too late there. Maybe if he'd been running the whole time, he'd be in the end zone right now.
The halfback pass nearly worked. The one thing I noticed there is Ruiz had a step on the defenders.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you can get the ball in his hands and if he can get that kind of separation, you may want to consider him a little more on that outside. Not necessarily on a halfback pass, but just a normal route.
Well, Palmer right there actually did the right thing. He threw it up, tried to give it enough air so this guy could run under it, just a little too far.
Well, we've got another flag down, and again holding against the Aggies.
Boy, oh boy, in case you're wondering, it's the 45 on the other side of the field they got to get to get a first down. Was that about 37?
They are back to 18 right now.
First and 37, is that correct? And oh man, we got the...
I stopped doing math years ago.
That's why we got Derek the Bear Diamond over here. He does all the math for us.
His calculator's smoking. We'll get back to you in a moment.
Oh, he does it all in his head.
Yeah, that's the calculator. It's smoking right now. To throw it on first down and 37. Sliding catch at the 25-yard line. No flag here as he completes it to Palmer.
Yeah, Escambia playing off a little bit, kind of let them do their own thing. Hey.
There's Derek right there.
The Bear.
There's the Bear.
What a guy.
He keeps us in line up here.
He does. We can't get him to talk, though.
No.
We keep trying. There we go. There he is.
I don't think we could hear that, but
We can hear it, though.
yeah,
That's
we
what
can hear.
matters.
That's all that matters. He's there for moral support for us.
We need it, too.
Boy, do we ever. That's the truth. Second down. Rolling out, Riggin throws underneath.
Oh, man, had him, too.
He did have Ruiz wide open, but underthrew it.
That's one of those, just a nice pitch and catch. Got to complete those, especially when they're playing that far off. Escambia giving them whatever they want right now, being it's second and forever, which now it's third and forever. All right, third and forever. What's your play call?
Well, I think the oop-de-oop.
I like it.
Yeah.
The old oop-de-oop. Hadn't heard that one in a while.
Back to pass, Riggin. Pressure coming, and he is sacked inside the 20-yard line. A tough drive for the Aggies that will end in a punt.
Yeah, after the penalties there, you know, it was almost just, hey, it is what it is, and live to fight another day. Luckily, they didn't turn the football over. They got a chance to flip the field on them.
It was a free possession because their last punt hit off the chest of Patrick Sanders. Sanders again back with D.T. Gideon. They're set up at the 45-yard line. Dunsford again to punt. Nice spiral.
Absolutely.
Great punt right out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Wow, they're going to spot it inside the 40. Nope, they're not. Never mind.
Gotcha. I think they got theirself on that one.
Yeah, 44-yard line. All right. 6:25 to go in this first half. Escambia back with the football. Up by a touchdown. We've got another break on the field. It's the Gators up by a touchdown with 6:25 to go, first half.
This is Tom Thumb Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Hill Kelly, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
First and 10. Gators got the football inside the 45-yard line, their own 44. They've got a one-score lead after the Aggie punt. We'll try to add to it. Split backs standing behind A.V. Smith here. He also has 3 wide. Aggies show some pressure, but they go to the outside again. And the Aggies just, seems like they just don't have the speed to get to the edge there to seal off these big runs. And this time Pizan again dashing down the sideline deep into Aggie territory to their 35.
Yeah, and he hurdled his own man, JoJo Blackman, right there on the ground. Saw him coming, laid down, made it easy for him. Another great run.
A lightning fast 21 yards for Frank Pizan. And Mike Bennett calls him the best football player in the area. And we're seeing why.
Yeah, and he had no hesitation when he said that either.
No, he did not. Inside give and a little misdirection this time. Changes up his looks and goes with Hall. Lost a yard, so it'll be second down and 11 after that carry. Hall, a senior.
You see Coach Bennett just substituting guys left and right.
Got some options.
That's when you know you're a good team, when you have the luxury of subbing all kinds of guys in the game.
Air Hall, 5'1", 294. Pressure coming, and A.V. Smith can't get away. Good pressure that time, and it came from the edge. And they're able to sack Smith to bring up 3rd and long from the 44-yard line.
Yeah, great job right there. Man, oh man.
It's going to be 3rd and 19 now.
We're going to give Dontavius Fields credit for that sack. Big young man.
Yeah, he is 6'5", 275. And I think this time we have a delay of game. They did not get it snapped in time, so that'll be a delay of game against the Gators.
Yeah,
unless it's more like an illegal formation or something like that while they were scrambling to get set. Or they could use a timeout. No idea.
Not really sure what just happened there.
But it is 3rd and long.
I believe, I don't know. I take it back. I don't know.
Yeah, not the foggiest. So it's 3rd down and 19. Quick pass, right flat. That is caught, trying to spin away from traffic. JoJo Blackman on the reception, and it brings up 4th down. It'll be 4th and 9 from the 34-yard line. And
offense is going to stay on the field.
Yeah, they are.
Don't really blame them right here, though.
Just outside of field goal range.
A punt does you no good.
Not really. What are you going to get? Maybe 8 yards on a punt. So they'll stick with it in a big 4th down play for the Gators here. Smith out of the gun. He's got Pizan. Back to his right. And Smith wants to throw to the sideline. It's caught out of bounds at the 21-yard line. No, they're going to spot him I think at the 21, that's enough for a first down.
Tell you the great thing about that, though, is watch Blackman right there. He runs this route. A.V. Smith throws this football before he even turns around. And, oh, man, talk about doing it every day in practice. That's why right there, making it look good.
So another first down, and once again, the Gators pick it up on first down and 9, or 4th and 9. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 20 once again inside the Synovus red zone. Handoff, Pizan spun down to the 15-yard line.
And for Escambia here, just keep chewing that clock away as well. You got about 3 minutes left. Make it tough on Tate. Tate's not exactly the team that, they've been grinded out team lately since Palmer's went to running back. 3-4 yards here. Really make it tough on them to go down and score.
Right now, it is only a 1-score lead. Gators trying to go up by 2 touchdowns prior to the first half, or prior to halftime. They'll take a timeout here, 2:49 to go in this first half. And let's check in once again with Amy for another Mattress Outlet sideline report. Amy?
I am here with Grace. She is the Battalion Executive Officer for the AJ ROTC here at Tate High School. Grace, I saw you guys over around the flag post. Can you kind of tell me what's going on?
We're the cannon battery, and we've been doing this for years. Every time Tate scores, we do push-ups, 7, then 14, then 21, and so on,
That's a lot of push-ups. Do you not get tired?
Oh, of course we do, but we're doing it for the school. It's a good time.
It's a good time. Well, we love that. Thank you so much, Grace. Back to you.
All right. They fire that cannon too, don't they, after the scores?
I think so.
It's a great cannon.
They need a score right now. They look bored.
They do. Look at them. They're wrestling each other.
They're practicing takedown techniques.
Right, they are.
Maybe. No, they're
I don't know what's going on there, but.
All right, anyway, back to the football game.
ROTC and wrestling moves.
Fantastic.
To the outside. This is again Hall. No gain. In fact, he'll lose a yard.
Yeah, Hunter Riggins slow to get up. We got an Escambia player down.
Yeah. That appears to be Devin Hinton, defensive, or one of the tackles.
It looks like
offensive lineman. Excuse me, that is Brennan Smith. It helps when you're looking at the right team. That is, I believe somewhere that's in broadcasting 101.
Come on now. You can make a mistake every once in a while. You're a pro. Just so people at home know, we were walking up to the stands here, and people are like, oh, hey, Tommy. And then, me and Derek going to get a water. A guy sees me and goes, hey, buddy, what's up? And I'm like, hey, man. And he goes, where's Tommy? Day in the life, ladies and gentlemen.
It's nice that you make up these stories to make me feel good.
I wish I was making them up. If I was making them up, I'd make them up by myself.
There you go.
But nobody would believe me anyway. So
3rd down and 6. A.B. Smith is in the gun. 4 wide. And he completes it right at the sticks for a first down near the 5-yard line. What a catch. Jalen Blackman had to go up to haul that in. Knew the hit was coming. Kept his concentration. Made a nice play. And a good, quick tackle on that edge as well. Excuse me, that was Tony Broadnax that made the play. First and goal now. Inside the 10.
Oh, stuffed.
Yeah, he'll.
Tried to put on the brakes there, and the cavalry had arrived.
Yep. Slipped on the turf as well.
You can always tell those guys that play in the trenches. You see the helmet right there, big number 50. half a T's missing. You know where he plays.
Yeah, I got to update those stickers every now and again.
Big
Those
Devin
big
Hinton.
lineman helmets.
Big nose guard, 6'2", 230, sophomore.
Second down and goal from the 7-yard line.
Both these teams got a lot of good young players.
This time to the corner of the end zone. That's caught. Touchdown, Gators. JoJo Blackman.
Not be confused with Jalen Blackman, his brother.
Indeed. And both of them will see quite a bit of time.
Fantastic football players. Nice easy throw right there. You got separation like that. Man, oh man, doesn't get any better. And Perez on the kick. Coach Bennett loved Ronnie Perez as well as kicker. So much confidence in him.
So he's not afraid to line him up for some longer field goals as well, but he'll take the point after here. That's 21-7. The Gators now leading with just over a minute left in this first half. Stick around for our halftime report from Airport Dental and BNC Nursery. BNC Nursery landscaping Northwest Florida since 2000, from plants to pavers to pergolas. Check out their garden center on Chumuckla Highway in Pace, or schedule an appointment at bncnursery.com to make your landscape dream a reality. Also at halftime, we will be sure to name our A-plus athlete from the 11 law firms serving the Pensacola and Northwest Florida area for 63 years. It's one of the top personal injury law firms in the country. You can learn more about 11 Law Firm at 11law.com.
Tough sledding right here for Tate. Got a minute left. Not really built for that quick strike offense.
They will have the ball. Actually, it'll be the Gators with the ball first. He slipped.
Yeah, looked like his
at
elbow.
the 1 yard line. Oh boy. Now they've got to go 98 yards. They'll spot him at the 2 yard line.
Well,
he's got to go 98 yards.
Can't really take a knee either, though. Because you'll be in the end zone before you know it. You got to find a way. You see that forearm right there goes down.
He did everything he could to keep the knee off the ground. But Spencer Ruiz just couldn't keep the elbow up.
Well, now if you're Escambia's defense, maybe bring a little heat and try to get a safety here pretty quick.
Escambia's opened up a 2-score lead after Tate on their first drive of the game. Marched down the field, went over 70 yards for the score. Riggin splits out Palmer. They go empty backfield. Riggin looking for Palmer. Overthrew him. Boy, he had him too. If he hits him in stride, Palmer's gone, and you've got yourself a 98-yard strike. Now, the thing that I'm noticing, Jeff, it looks like a lot of these Aggie receivers are getting a step on this Escambia secondary.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good secondary, and one thing I'm not really understanding, how in the world do you let Palmer get behind your defense when there's less than a minute? That doesn't make any sense to me. You know, whoever, is out there, they got to be furious right now. Yeah, a little surprised to see Tate come out and pass. I like the call.
I do too.
Yeah, the only thing is if you get a holding call in that end zone, yikes.
Second down and 10. Once again, Palmer splits out. They've got a couple extra blockers in, and this time Riggin tries to find some room. Opens up a little bit of space as he carries it to the 5.
Man, have we seen Hunter Riggin do that play right there and lose a yard? Very rarely does he ever lose yardage on the quarterback keeper.
He got 4 there. Now the Gators will take a timeout with 48 seconds left. And I'm wondering if the Gators took that timeout in hopes to get the ball back one more time and get a chance to make it a 3-score game before halftime.
Well, even on their punt return team is dynamic. You get a big return. I mean, again, Jace Dunford's doing a great job punting the football tonight. But, man, oh, man, I tell you what. Hey, like we said, Coach Bennett, This is a homecoming for him. He definitely wants to show out. He knows how, quick Tate can come back as well. And tell you what, they've shown some flashes of it tonight. The one thing, and Connor Riggin has missed some wide open guys. The Palmer, the halfback pass there to Ruiz that he missed. Ruiz was wide open.
They have returned 2 punts for touchdowns this year, and both of them from Sanders, who muffed that punt earlier that gave the ball back to the Aggies. Look at that uniform. Hunter Riggins' jersey's just destroyed. Now
that's
the Aggies will take a timeout. Yeah, isn't it?
Man, oh man.
He's got the shoulder pads coming out, the sleeves ripped.
Hope they have a spare jersey for him before this season's up. He's done have to have another one.
48 seconds left in the first half. The Aggies scored first, but it's been 3 unanswered for the Gators, who are trying to go to 5-1, looking to even their district record at 1-1. The Aggies have a district win this year. Tate coming off the bye week, snapped a 4-game losing streak a couple of weeks ago by edging out Washington.
Tell you what, Tommy, looking at it, it looks like to me that Escambia has 1 senior.
They are very young.
Like, that plays all the time.
Right.
That's it.
That is a big contributor.
A lot of sophomores and juniors on that team, and that is scary for the years to come.
They're really good right now. They are going to be a force next year. Riggin rolls out. Needs to get a block, bounces off a tackler, cuts it back to the inside, but gets wrestled down to the 19-yard line. The Gators cannot stop the clock again. It stops for the spot. The Aggies with only 1 timeout left.
And they hurry up. That means they're going for it here. Going to spike it.
Stop it with 37 seconds left, 36.
Well, they very could have, easily right there try to run the clock out when they were backed up, and I like the aggressiveness.
Yep.
Escambia's been caught a few times tonight, kind of being lackadaisical back there, and hey, when you're 2-4 the way they are, you got nothing to lose.
Riggin airs it out, looking deep, bobbled, and caught on the deflection by Ruiz.
Almost
my goodness. Intercepted, but Spencer Ruiz makes the big first down catch into Gator territory at the 45-yard line.
Almost intercepted twice. You see on the Bob Tyler Toyota instant replay, he just kind of throws it up and hopes for the best. Should have been a pick right here. And then right there, and then Mr. Ruiz says, oh, cool, thank you.
Free ball. I'll take that now.
Man, oh, man.
He was looking for Zach Goldhagen.
Nah, he was looking for Ruiz right there.
On the deflection. That's the old tip drill.
Showed up to a volleyball match tonight.
Second down after they spiked it. So 2nd and 10 from the 45-yard line. 24 seconds left. Riggin again steps up, down the sideline, incomplete. He overthrew his receiver, and again, lucky it wasn't picked off. And that's been a problem for the Aggies this year, is Riggin's accuracy. He's thrown 7 interceptions on the season. They'd like to see that improve here in the back half of the schedule.
Tell you what, though, if they can find a way to get in field goal range here. Now, they have Matt Johnson. I like to call him Mr. Consistency, their extra point kicker, short field goal guy. Got a great leg. And then Kristen Page can kick a long field goal if needed.
Rolling out, Riggin throws on the run. Too tall for Ruiz.
Another one you got to think about, Graham Gano. Plays for the Carolina Panthers,
Right.
Kicked the game-winning field goal last week.
Over 60 yards. Wasn't it a 63-yarder?
And he is
booted?
a Tate grad, folks. He was out here doing that on Friday nights.
I'd like to know how many 63-yarders he booted in high school.
Probably a bunch.
No shot.
I bet you.
Come on.
We need to find that.
I wonder what the Tate record is for the longest field goal. You would figure he would be the one that owns that record.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, Back to pass. Riggin. Pressure coming. Pocket collapses, and he goes down.
Boy, he took a shot on that knee, too.
Yeah, he did.
Man, that just did not look good.
Turn over the ball. 8 seconds to go in the first half.
And the Gators will get it back.
Gators got a chance to throw a Hail Mary right here. Let's watch a shot right here. Oh, man, that just scares you.
And anytime you get hit like that and you just stick, I don't know why, it can look a little ugly.
NFL, that's a penalty.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
Well, because he hit the quarterback, though, right?
He got anywhere around. He got around the halo, the 5-yard halo rule. Yeah, I'm all for protecting the players and things like that, but, man, some of these calls are getting out of control.
All right,
but that's for another
That's right.
thing.
They'll punt it away with 8 seconds left. Or, excuse me, they won't. This is first down for the game. I was looking at Hunter Riggin, or Patrick Palmer, who was way back in coverage, and for some reason in my head I was like, yeah, he's back to punt. It's not what happened. Instead, they run it. 3 seconds left.
All good.
I want to make you aware of Operation Help Our Neighbor. Count up to $87,000 that were raised, more than $87,000 raised today.
That's awesome.
From Operation Help Our Neighbor at Cordova Mall today. That number is still counting. Great stuff there by our community. Stepping up to throw it here, last play of the half is batted down, and there are no flags. So that will bring us, there is a flag down, never mind.
Yeah, A.V. Smith was past the line, but it's not going to matter anyway. We're going to go into halftime
Yeah,
here.
they'll decline that. Illegal forward pass. First half comes to a close. The Gators scoring 3 unanswered touchdowns to go up 21-7 as time expires on this first half, and you've got to figure Mike Bennett's going to be pretty happy with Amy about how that first half went. Now, as you mentioned, he's probably not going to be impressed with their first defensive drive, but they marched right down the field, scored pretty quickly, and they have kept their foot on the gas ever since. And right now, Mike Bennett is standing by with Amy.
I am here with Coach Bennett, Escambia High School's head football coach. Coach, can you kind of tell us about some of the finer moments in the first half and what you plan to differ in the second?
Well, you know, we just had a horrible first drive there, and on defense didn't play very well, and they went out and scored. And offensively, you know, we scored every time we had, except right there at the end. We just got to keep playing. You know, like I tell our kids all the time, just do what your coach says. Do what he coached you to do all week.
Yes, sir, and you're up 21-7. How do you plan to keep up the momentum in the second half?
Keep stopping them and score more.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Amy. That's a pretty good strategy there.
Keep stopping them and score more.
I like it. We're at the half. Escambia is up by 2 scores. It's Tom Thumb Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Welcome back to our halftime report. It's the Gators up by 2 scores. We're welcoming you into our Airport Dental and PNC Nursery halftime report. Airport Dental is home of the famous Lumineer dental veneers and ranked in the top 3 of dentists who provide them. For a complete list of their services, go to airportdental.com. So much to get to, and right now Amy is standing by downstairs with Rick Shackle, who is the Tate Aggies principal, I do believe. Amy, take it away.
Yes, I'm here with Principal Shackle, and he was telling me just now a little bit about what they're going to do for Hurricane Michael. Can you kind of tell us a little bit more about that, what y'all are planning on doing?
Well, you know, with Student Council and SCB right now, we're kind of in the works as far as what they need. I know a lot of people are talking about send cash, and if they're going to send a van down there and trucks, whether it's with water or supplies. But certainly probably the most positive thing I can say tonight is our thoughts and prayers are with you. We've been there before, especially the people in the Panama City area and everyone that's affected.
Yes, sir. Thank you. That's so great.
Okay.
Back to
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot, Amy. And we were talking about the efforts that Channel 3 has done, and saw a tweet from Sue Strawn thanking the area for the support, love, and compassion. How about $87,783 and counting from Operation Help Our Neighbor today at Cordova Mall. Channel 3 teaming up with some other media partners in the area to help raise funds for hurricane relief over the Panama City area after they were just ravaged by that storm. And man, that thing, it is just startling to see the images that are coming out of that part of the Panhandle. We're at the half here, and the Gators are up by 2 scores. Once again, Levin Law certainly happy to be sponsoring our A-plus athlete, serving the Pensacola and Northwest Florida area for 63 years. One of the top personal injury law firms in the country. To learn more about the Levin Law Firm, visit levinlaw.com. And Lainey Jernigan is a varsity cheerleader who has a 4.6 GPA. Congratulations to Lainey Jernigan, one of 2 scholar athletes that we have today. The other is Hunter Riggin, who we've been talking about a lot tonight with his 3.5 unweighted GPA, part of the football and baseball teams here at Tate.
Well, it's an honor to be selected. I'd just like to thank my teachers and my coaches for selecting me for this award. It's an honor, and just my teachers helping me in the classroom and the coaches on the field, and just like my teammates that have helped me on the field. Like, I wouldn't be here without them. I wouldn't have this award without them.
I'm attorney Rachel Gilmer with Levin Papantonio. At Levin Papantonio, we understand the value of education and teamwork that is gained through high school sports. That's why we're a proud supporter of student athletes everywhere.
And moments ago, Amy Russo caught up with Brett Vygotsky from the law office of Levin Papantonio.
I am here with Brett Vygotsky of Levin Papantonio Law Firm. And Brett, your law firm is a sponsor of the A-plus Athlete of the Week. Can you kind of tell us a little bit about how you got into that?
Yeah, our law firm has been the A-plus Student Athlete of the Week sponsor for several years now. It's something that we take pride in recognizing athletes as well as students in the community, those that excel on the sporting field as well as in the classroom.
Yes, sir. And can you kind of tell us, were you in sports in high school as well?
I did play some basketball in high school, and I feel like it taught me teamwork when I was a student in high school.
Yes, sir. And we heard you were at Cordova Mall today. Can you tell us a little bit about what was going on?
I was out there with Sue Strawn. Channel 3 was taking donations for people that were affected by Hurricane Michael, and it's something that really touches close to my heart because I was personally affected by Hurricane Ivan when my house was destroyed back then. So it really means a lot to me to be able to give back to folks who have gone through the same thing, and we're praying for people who have been affected by Hurricane Michael.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you so much for being an A-plus athlete sponsor. Here you go.
Okay, thank you very much.
We're at the half. The Gators are up by 2 scores here at Pete Gindel Stadium. It's Tom Thumb Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. More on our halftime report when we come back.
But yeah, I did participate in sports. I went to Pensacola High School, as a matter of fact, back in the 60s. Played baseball for Fred Waters, who's a well-known baseball coach around here. Teamwork, that's the main thing that's to be learned from team sports. And nobody can do anything on their own. You need somebody to help you. And that's a great lesson to learn for anybody in life.
Link. Back to throw, across the middle, got a man. Oh, tipped by the Cardinals. And caught by the Panthers. No, let's see. Did he catch it? I thought. Oh, yes, wow. They said he did. Oh, wow.
Fake to Summer, underneath throw, and boy, what a hit!
Chris Dawson was just gushing about Codrington's ability on special teams, unblocked. You can see how he came in there right off the edge. Perfect technique, taking the ball off the foot, getting out of the way there. You know, we thought big plays would happen on offense, defense, but Codrington stepping up once again on special teams.
Cunningham with the block in the backfield, and that is a tremendous catch.
Absolutely.
In the corner of the end zone. Jed Joseph, that may be the catch of the year.
Sloan rolls to his right. Feels the pressure, goes down again. 3rd sack of the night. Guess who?
Weaver to Thompson, what a connection that was tonight.
Those 4 touchdowns came after trailing at 21-19. It gave the breathing room that Irwin would need. This is the late touchdown.
A lot at stake. Sanchez will try the 19-yarder.
blocked.
It's blocked.
It's behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a touchdown.
Earn your career in a year at Laughlin Technical College. The mission of Laughlin Tech is to prepare students for current and emergent high-demand careers through collaboration with community stakeholders. Expanding opportunities and access to training programs will provide a talent pipeline to meet regional workforce demands. From automotive to welding and legal administrative specialists, go to laughlintech.com for information about classes and registration.
Welcome back to our Airport Dental halftime report with our friends at BNC Nursery. It's the Gators up 21-7 over the Tate Aggies here in Gonzales, right near Cantonment. All right, it's the Gators that have thrown the ball for 69 yards. Really, when you look at it, Tate's done an okay job to neutralize Escambia in the passing game, but it seems like every time Escambia needs to come up with a play through the air, they're able to get it, and they have just been able to run the ball pretty much at will so far for 127 yards and almost 200 total yards of offense in that first half. Tate moved the ball well their first drive. They just haven't been able to get that rhythm going again since. One guy that has really stood out so far is Frank Pizan in the first half. He has already carried it 11 times for 102 yards and a touchdown. We'll get the second half going when we come back from Tate High School. Friday Night Rivals on WFGX 35. It's the Gators up by 2 scores over the Aggies right now at the half, 21-7 here at Pete Gindel Stadium. And this is certainly not exactly how the Aggies wanted this first half to play out. They've got to find a way to make that offense click, though, in this second half like they did on that first drive. By no means is that an easy task. Certainly easier said than done, but it'll be interesting to see what Jay Lindsey's going to try to do with his team here in this second half. And a few first half highlights. And this is the Aggies. Hunter Riggin finding the end zone on that first drive. But Frank Pizan's been awfully good too.
Man, oh man, has he.
All right, and now Jay Lindsey is standing by downstairs with Amy. We'll take another look at those highlights in a moment. But Amy, what do you got for us?
Yes, I'm here with Coach Lindsey. Coach, how do you plan to get the passing game going up in the second half?
I think we have to establish our run game. You know, we only had 2 series where we could actually run the football. We got put behind the sticks, having to throw the ball too much, but we just didn't execute. We had guys open. So get put in that situation, got to execute, got to throw and catch, give the quarterback time.
Yes, sir. Well, good luck, Coach. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot. Well, one thing he said was you've got to be able to give the quarterback a little time. Escambia pretty relentless right now up front. They are not giving Hunter Riggin any time to throw the football. It has been awfully tough for him. They have just been tenacious defensively, and I think we're about ready to start this second half. What if you were looking at this, put on your Nick Saban hat for a moment, what would you do in this second half to try to generate some offense?
Give it to Tua. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, we're talking. Okay, I got you.
I don't think he's available in this game.
Well, he should be. No, if I'm Lindsey right now, he's right. You've got to establish a run game and get him back out here and really try to open up that passing game. The passing game's been there. That's the thing, though. They never really established the run like they wanted to, and the passing game was still there. They've just got to execute. I think for them it's just pure execute. And if you're Coach Bennett over there, I mean, they, like we said, they've been lackadaisical a few times. And like that first drive, they've done better. But really, for them, I'm kind of waiting on them to explode on offense.
I feel like this first drive of the second half for the Gators is going to be pretty important. The Aggies will certainly need to find a way to come up with a stop.
If you're Tate's defense, though, I know that, they scored 21. You got to feel pretty good about yourself.
Right.
I mean, this is a really good offense here at Escambia, and they really did their best there. And tell you what, it's going to be tough, though. The one thing with Tate that they don't have the luxury of, they don't have a whole lot of depth.
Right.
And we used to see Tate kind of wear down in the second half. That's where Escambia, we saw him subbing guys in and out. Could play a big role here in the second half.
We were talking about Graham Gano kicked that 63-yard field goal for the Panthers to win it the other day. This will be a kick towards the sideline, caught at the 19. And an open field tackle brings down Joe Blackman at the 19. But I want to go back and hit the rewind button on Graham Gano, because you were saying that he would kick some of those with regularity in high school, and I said no shot that they were attempting field goals in excess of 60 yards. You're right. It wasn't just one, two of them over 60 yards. He kicked a 64 and a 65-yarder while he was here.
Yeah, he broke his own record.
And yes, and 2 of the 10 longest high school football field goals in the history of the game back at that point in time. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he was going to be a pretty good kicker.
Absolutely.
How about this defense? Chandler McGuffey bottling up Pizant to the outside, dropping him for a loss.
You're going to have a lot more of that here in the second half. Man, oh, man.
The first hit was from Devin Hinton.
Yeah, Devin Hinton really started it right there, bringing the wood with him, and next thing you know, the cavalry shows up. Great job.
That's going to be second down and 15 now back at the 15-yard line. They need to get to the 30 for a first. And that's one thing that Tate's just going to have to do. They're going to find the energy to come out and hit like that for the next 2 quarters. And he completes a short pass for 5 yards to the 20. Jalen Blackman on the reception, the sophomore, the brother of JoJo, both of them sophomores.
Yeah, but right there, really almost a coverage sack for Tate. That secondary really showing up right there. A.V. Smith didn't have anywhere to go with the football. That was his best option, and couldn't really run with it because he had guys all over him. Great job.
And when the corner released, that's what allowed Blackman to open up there. Pretty good read by A.V. Smith as well to just get something there, and he got 6 yards out of it. 3rd and 9. Smith, screen to the edge. He makes one man miss. Still on his feet, and he's got the first down, and there he goes. Out near midfield, Pizant flying down the sideline.
Let me ask you this. How would you like to be Chandler McGuffey right there, number 28, on an island with Frank Pizant? Man, gonna see it on the replay here. Simple little swing pass, one-on-one. Just so tough. I mean, what can you really do? If you break down, he goes by you.
30 yards on that reception. Just a quick little pass in the flat, and then there he goes. Sometimes the key with him is just get it in his hands.
Absolutely.
From midfield, 1st and 10. Again in the flat. Another first down to the 40-yard line. A little more after the play, but I think they just got tripped up. And it wasn't Pizant that time. D.T. Gideon on the reception for another first down.
Yeah, one thing, Tommy, it is quiet in this stadium right now. The big play to start off in the second half here. Crowd was getting into it after a couple plays by Pizant there. It's silent.
They have 3 receivers with over 10 catches. Gideon is one of them. Blackman and Blackman. Jalen and JoJo are the other 2. So they have some weapons at receiver for A.V. Smith to throw to. It's just such a task to try to neutralize this offense because of how many weapons they have. And there's another carry by Pizant that goes for nothing. But you've got Pizant in there that's carried for, he will have well over 1,000 yards by the time the season's ended. A.V. Smith is going to throw for well over 1,000 yards. And on top of that, he is going to run for over 500 yards this year. So that's what's so hard about stopping this Escambia team is they've got weapons everywhere on offense.
It's just a well-balanced offense. They don't favor one or the other.
Nope. Smith keeps to the 34-yard line, 36-yard line.
One thing, too, you were talking about it makes it so tough, is imagine trying to game plan for these guys. And so you want to say you take away Frank Peasant, well, then A.V. Smith can beat you. Say you want to take away both of them. Well, then they've got 6 or 7 receivers out there that can beat you. I mean, it's just no matter where you look. And they got a really good offensive line, do a really good job up front. They're just so well balanced. There's just not, like with Tate, you got Hunter Riggin and Palmer, and there you go. And that's kind of their offense.
It doesn't almost seem like the team's energy matches Mike Bennett's energy?
Absolutely.
Smith throws it left sideline, and it's caught for the touchdown. Tony Broadnax.
Tell you one thing right there with A.V. Smith. You watch him. He had all day to run over here to the left side. Look at that. But instead, I'm going to show you off the touch pass right there.
He was still moving, too, and he just lobbed that up and hit Broadnax in stride. Wow.
Making it look easy. Once again, we talk about all the athletes they have. There's another one.
Point after is good. 28-7. Escambia has the lead. 8:16 to go in the third. It's Friday Night Rivals on WFGX 35.
This is Tom Thumb Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Hill Kelly, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
28-7, 8:16 to go. We're in the third quarter. Escambia once again finding pay dirt through the air. Tony Broadnax catch. That's 4 straight touchdowns for the Gators, unanswered by the Aggies. And the return from the 2. Ruiz down the sideline, caught from behind as he gets into Gator territory at the 48-yard line. A big return for Spencer Ruiz, 50 yards.
That's the return I like right there. None of this tiptoeing around. Get it and get upfield. Great blocking right there by his crew out front. Oh, man. They needed that big time.
Now we'll see if they can take advantage of the good field position. Palmer slips one tackler, but chased out for a big loss near midfield. Not a big loss. I guess he's going to lose 2 yards.
Yeah, great job by the defense right there, stretching it out of the sideline and not giving Palmer the sideline. Hey, a little fun fact for you, Tommy. Mr. Palmer's dad, how about this, played at Troy.
How about that?
Played football at Troy.
Yeah.
He's no small guy.
Good athlete in his own right.
Absolutely.
Palmer upended. Once again at the 48-yard line.
Tate here, tell you what, though it's third down and all, you got to find a way to get this first down. Can't afford to give the football back to Escambia and put up another score.
It is third down and 10. 48. They need to find a way to get a first down. Riggin rolling out, gets a block. Tries to carry it, but only got a yard, and now it's fourth down.
There was something there, but Escambia defense closed that hole very, very quick. Just really nothing open. Coverage sack right there for Escambia.
And with 6:55 to go, in the third quarter. The Aggies are acting like this is 4-down territory.
The way things have gone, the way Escambia just looked on offense, can't necessarily disagree, especially with the field position.
They split out Palmer. Riggin takes a hit, throws it low, but that is caught for a first down at the 34-yard line. A nice sliding catch. A good play, Josh Daniels. Normally a running back, but made a nice play there.
Great catch. Tough one right there. Her defender draped all over him as well. Didn't make it any easier.
Correction. Bad information up here.
1st and 10. And he keeps it. Riggin to the end zone. Touchdown Aggies.
Number 3, Hunter Riggin.
That looks eerily similar to the same play they scored on in that first drive. Kind of that bunch formation right there on that offense. Great blocking out front. Look at that right there. Man, oh man.
Well, he went through that hole up the middle and then
hold the phone.
Once he got there, slipped to the outside.
Daniels with a great block as well.
Good form on those push-ups. Nice job.
Yeah, they haven't had to do too many of them tonight. I'm sure they were excited.
But there's a hold, so you guys can undo those push-ups. Will still be a first down. The hold was downfield. But now they're inside the Synovus red zone. Points will come off the board.
Oh, that's a shame, too. Man.
And we've got a timeout on the field.
Timeout on the field for a
check in downstairs. Another Mattress Outlet sideline report with Amy Russo.
I'm here with Jerry Kelly, folks. He is a Tate High School super fan, super alum at that. He graduated in 1965 and has been highly involved with the school ever since. Jerry, can you touch on that just a little bit?
Yeah, I played ball here from 61 to 64 and graduated in 65, and I pretty much just stayed involved, you know, with the school. I'm on the school advisory council and all of the athletics, or well, football, baseball, and softball.
What kind of
mainly.
volunteer work does he do at the school?
I really enjoy all the football activities, and then when football's over, I go up and help out in baseball, and pretty involved in softball. I really like the girls' softball. I couldn't believe how athletic these girls are nowadays, so I really enjoy that. So that's just, you know, I retired from Monsanto 17 years ago, and this is what I do.
Yes, sir. Well, we love it. Thank you so much for coming down and talking to us.
Thank y'all for being here.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Amy. After the penalty and the timeout, first down and 10, Aggies from the 20. Riggin again to the outside and gets popped out of bounds after a short gain.
Yeah, Riggin taking quite a few licks tonight.
His jersey kind of tells the story, does it not?
Oh, absolutely. The story's like Mr. Kelly there. Isn't that cool? You know, graduated 65, hangs around, always been around here, you know, talking to him before the game. Very humble. He doesn't want to tell you anything. And asking another fan over there, you know, what he does, they said everything.
Wow.
Thousands of dollars he's donated to get equipment in here and everything. And really means a lot. You know, tries to take all the brunt off the coaches when it comes to the field and stuff like that as well, so they can just focus on football. And guys like that are worth their weight in gold.
Yes, they are. Invaluable in a program like this. And they do have a beautiful field here at Tate.
They do. Great complex.
Run went for nowhere to the outside, and it's third down and 10 for the Aggies. They're down by 3 scores.
Obviously 4-down territory here.
Riggin to the inside, now back cut. And nothing there.
Yeah, that's that
short gain.
Same formation that they scored on a few minutes ago before the hold. Nothing really doing there. Escambia, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. How about that? Not going to be fooled again.
So it's fourth down. Another look at our Comfort Dental fan cam tonight.
The student section there.
Hey, they're still smiling. Coming out here, getting to jump around, scream and yell a little bit. Got a 32-yard field goal attempt here.
Matt Johnson looks like it's good.
He drilled it.
Mr. Consistency, there you go.
Gets it done on the extra points. Transferred in from Washington, D.C. Also a good soccer player, the sophomore. Drills the 32-yard field goal. More smiles from the Aggie student section. Still the Gators up by 18.
And we're back.
Up by 18, it's the Gators. 4:25 remaining in the third quarter. Don't forget, you can get highlights of this game and all the others from around the area, including that barn burner going on right now between Niceville and Choctaw, tied at 10 in the fourth quarter. Our last check.
Yeah, that'd be a huge upset for Choctaw.
Doubt. Prep football final with Dan Shugart, Steve Nissom coming up after Channel 3 News at 10 o'clock.
Well, Tommy, you got a big game tomorrow, UWF, homecoming.
Boy, looking forward to that. Good homecoming bout between the
4
Argos, who are number 5 in the nation in the D2Football.com poll. In that same poll, West Georgia's ranked number 4. That figures to be a great matchup, and I don't know that I would call it a playoff preview, but without question, two teams that are probably postseason bound at the end of the year, and that could be a battle for the top seed.
Well, it's the game
region
last year that UWF found the running game and really took off.
Well, that's where they beat North Alabama last year. Then they were able to get that win against. Well, there's another big carry. There goes Pizan again, dancing his way deep into the secondary, still on his feet. What a run
goodness
by Frank Pizan for the touchdown. There's a flag down back at the 48. But, you know, they beat North Alabama at home, and then when they went on the road and beat West Georgia, that was the difference maker. That's what got them into the postseason.
Well, they had to beat them twice.
And then they beat them again in the playoffs. And so you factor that in, too. That's a West Georgia team that is anxious to have another shot at the Argos this year.
Yeah, pretty hungry.
That will be worth watching.
Absolutely.
Hopefully they will pack Blue Wahoo Stadium tomorrow for that.
I think there's still some tickets left. If not, find you a way to get in that stadium tomorrow. That's going to be a fun one, no doubt. See Coach Bennett right there. Saw a little bit of a smile on his face. You don't see it too often.
Well, he's got plenty to smile about the way his team's playing today. First and 18 after the penalty. This time, that's a tackle in the backfield that stops Pizan back at the 35-yard line. He'll lose 3.
Yeah, great job, Tristan Taylor right there, middle linebacker. Tell you what, Tate has shown some signs of really coming to life. And then there's those plays that it's almost like they take the plays off.
Right.
Don't take the credit away from Escambia. Escambia's doing a great job. But it's just, you see those flashes and you almost wish you could just see it for 4 quarters out of them for full drives.
So now it's 2nd and 20. Back to pass, under pressure, A.V. Smith sacked.
Big Devin Hinton. Man, oh man, once again, another young cat making a splash here for the Aggie defense. He has been tough to stop at that defensive end position.
Now it's 3rd down and long. It'll be 3rd down. They've got to go 28 yards for the first. But this is an explosive offense. Now we've got a timeout coming. 2:39 to go in the third quarter. Mike Bennett wants to make sure everybody's on the same page here.
Yeah, I got to update. The score that we were given earlier was not the correct score. It is Niceville 10 and Choctaw 7. Nonetheless, still a tight game. 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
There's been a correction to the score. Okay.
Nonetheless.
It was 10-10 when we looked at it.
It was.
It wiped off 3 points upon further review.
But 7 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Can Choctaw pull the biggest upset maybe of the year?
That would be something.
That'd be something for that program as well. That'd be, man, you talk about a notch in somebody's belt. We talk about it, they're a great young team. They don't have a lot of depth. Coach out there is having trouble getting people out there. And he's got a rosters of like 30.
Well, and the other thing, too, if you're able to get a win like that, that can springboard your program a little bit.
Oh, yeah, you won't have those guys transferring out anymore.
No, sir. The Gators are up by 18, and they've got themselves backed up in a 3rd and 28 here. And Tate really trying to come up with a big stop and maybe get some good field position out of this. Inside pass, and it is Chris Hale. Makes the catch. Got a couple of yards, but it's 4th down and miles, so they'll punt.
Yeah, good stop right there, that defense for Tate. Another score. How about this? Pace 35, Gulf Breeze 28. And we got Navarre 28, Milton 12, Pensacola Catholic 21, and Northview 0 right now.
And the punt is away, and a pretty good one.
Man, oh man, what a high kick. Great roll.
So that's going to be a long field for the 35. Just a wonderful punt there.
Yeah, but if you're Tate right here and you score, how about we talk about making this a ball game again?
3:11 left in the third quarter. It's going to be a big drive. Oh, 1:50 to go. I was looking at our screen. All right, here we go. Riggin in the gun, hands it off. Palmer trying to get a hold. No, Riggin.
He fooled you.
He fooled everybody. And he snuck free and got 9 yards on first down. Boy, did they sell that or what. Look at this. Well, at least they sold it to me.
That's all that matters. You're the one making the call out there.
Well, they sold it to a few Gators to the tune of 9 yards. This time, Palmer does get the handoff and the first down as he battles for 3 yards.
Yeah, nothing's come easy tonight for the Aggies. Oh, man, Mr. Palmer. Tell you what, Escambia's done a great job of kind of containing Palmer tonight. You know, Hunter Riggins had a little more success. Palmer, a tough kid. Had a tough time getting loose tonight, though.
First down and 10. They fake the sweep. Riggin with all day. Palmer hauls it in. No. Yes, he caught it and dropped it after. They give him the catch to the 24-yard line. Escambia pleading otherwise.
Man, oh man, let's check that out on the Bob Tyler Toyota Instant Replay.
This will be a good look at it, too. Yeah, he had it. It was batted away after he went out of bounds. That's a good call.
Yeah.
And it goes for 23 yards.
How about that, Mr. Palmer? Struggling to get loose at running back. Put him back out at receiver. That's his natural position.
There goes Riggin. Angles out at the 15.
He's just so tough. It's so tough to stop. And I tell you what, I like that right there, that run out of bounds. Save yourself from another blow because Escambia has been lighting him up all night.
He's still moving around pretty well out there, and he has taken a ton of hits today. Keep in mind they use him on defense as well.
You imagine he probably takes an ice bath all weekend, just doesn't get out.
Yeah. Palmer bouncing off tacklers, but again, bangs his way for a first down on 2nd and short.
Hey, we got 29 seconds left here for the Aggies. Chance to make us a ball game right here.
McCants shifting along the line. Riggin just keeps it. That may be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Tate will have the football. Trailing by 18 as we head to the 4th quarter. It's Friday Night Rivals on WFGX 35. We're at Tate High School tonight. The Aggies currently down by 18. As we start the 4th quarter, final 12 minutes. The Aggies needing to fight their way into the end zone here. It's 2nd down and 8. And a big play under Riggin in this Aggie offense. Palmer finds some space and gets inside the 5. They've been pretty effective inside the Synovus red zone today. Synovus Bank, proud to be part of the communities that support our businesses and our hometown football teams. Synovus Bank, welcome to the Bank of Here. Visit the Bank of Here and let Synovus help you with all your financial needs.
Keep in mind, they get a first down right here.
And Riggin just piles the scrum forward, and I think he's close to a first down. That's all they were looking for there on that 3rd down play.
A lot of beef in that pile right there. Man, oh, man.
They will measure.
So what do you call it? The congregation versus the cavalry? How
It
about
is.
that?
Yep. Congregation of Gators.
There you go. That's nothing you ever want to see.
No, no, it is not.
It's such a nice word for such a terrible thing.
Oh, boy. That is just frightening. You know, I've never been nose to nose with a Gator, and
hope I never am.
If I go through my life without experiencing that, I will be just fine.
Absolutely.
I've heard stories, though, going out on the golf course, and yeah, they're at the tee box. You just play on. They won't bother you. I think I'd play through is what I would do.
I'd hop on that golf cart and get on out of there. How about that?
Next hole. And they got it by the nose of the football, at least by that angle. Right?
Maybe. No, nobody's really moving. Got me wondering here.
Do not have a signal.
No.
Oh, they readjusted the chains, and they're an inch short.
All right, who messed up the links there? One of the links was missing because the first one was good. The second one was not. Well, obviously, you're not going to kick a field goal here.
Not at this point. They haven't lost yards much today. If there's one thing you can say about the offensive line, when they've needed a yard or two, they've been able to get that push up front for the most part.
They're going to do a quick snap right here, load it up, get under center, and go forward.
Smash mouth football, and I think they got it this time.
Oh, yeah. They're on the 1 yard line. Almost a score right there. If you're Tate, just do it again.
Right. Just keep doing that.
You know, Tate's primarily a shotgun team. Run a lot of split back set. I like going under center. This is where it pays off right here.
First and goal from the 2. Once again, they do it.
He's in.
And they pile into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies. And they are right back in this football game.
They're going to go for 2.
It'll make it a 10-point game if they get it.
Here's some more push-ups. This is Bob Teller Toyota Instant Replay. Nothing special. Same play they've run 3 times in a row right there, and hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
We heard the cannon fire as well after the touchdown. Good form. Gonna keep those elbows
some
in.
of them are getting tired.
Yep.
Don't lag.
Well, keep in mind they did some bonus push-ups when a touchdown was called back earlier. So.
Yeah, but it's a nice, cool night out here.
Right. Yeah, that makes your arms feel better. Reverse it. Ruiz wanted to throw. Does. Caught. 2-point conversion is successful.
Nice.
How about that play?
Up.
Cole Kelly on the reception. Spencer Ruiz with the toss to the end zone.
If I'm not mistaken, Cole Kelly came from the left side of the field, ran all the way across there. Tell you what, Ruiz almost could have just ran it in.
Well, that's what I thought too. You reverse it here, you already had him fooled. He had that open lane. All right, it's a 10-point game with 10:43 left in the game, and let's check in once again with Amy for another Mattress Outlet sideline report.
Lainey Jernigan is the A-plus athlete over at Escambia High School. She's a senior. You guys, she has a 4.6 GPA. That is unreal high. How do you balance your schoolwork and also cheering?
It's hard sometimes, but school always comes first. But I love cheering with the girls on my team, and they make it easy.
I love that. And what school do you plan to attend next year? You're a senior. Do you know your major?
I want to attend the University of Alabama for pre-med.
Oh, we love that. And how do you feel about receiving this award?
I'm so happy and grateful to receive this award, and I just want to thank my parents and my teachers and my coach for nominating me for this.
Thank you so much, Lainey. Congratulations.
Now she'll be real used to saying roll tide.
Roll tide. Tell you what, she can tell you about 202.
Yeah, she can. All right, well, good for her. No, congratulations. What a tremendous student, Lainey.
4.6.
4.6 GPA. I would not have the first clue what that's like. And pre-med on top of that. How about this return? Pizant still on his feet to the 20. Pizant to the end zone. Out at the 1.
Oh, I thought he got in. Come on.
Well, the Aggies never gave up, and he was finally chased down. Goldhagen got there at the end, but Pizant, a long return there from inside the 10. He went 86 yards.
You know what's crazy, though?
How many tackles he broke? That's part of what's crazy.
It looks like he's not even running, and then you see him just outrunning people. Watch this right here. Let's see if he steps out.
Ooh.
It's in. That's a touchdown.
Yeah, you have a real strong case to say that's a touchdown.
Come on, Mr. Ref. Man.
He's out at the 1, apparently.
Well, it's like Noah Lord is beside Pizant right here in the Wildcat. It's going to be a false start on Lord. The linebacker. He was a little too anxious.
Yeah.
Didn't get to play offense much.
No.
Wanted to go hit somebody. As if he hadn't done it enough tonight.
It'll still be first down. But they'll back up 5 yards to the 6. Well, that's a big play because Tate was finally starting to get a little momentum in this game. They had scored 11 unanswered to make it a 10-point game. And now Escambia is going to burn a timeout. They want to make sure that everybody's on the same page here. Don't forget, coming up after Channel 3 News at 10 o'clock, Dan Shugart, Steve Nissom will get you up to speed on all the games around the area. Prep football final comes your way on Channel 3. And as they always do, they keep you up to date on not just the games, but also the district races that are starting to heat up as well. Mike Bennett.
I think he knows he was in, too.
I don't know if that's the conversation, but, well, he is not happy with Willie Lawrence right now.
What gave it away?
You know, just some quick gesturing. Some subtle
Those
body.
are not happy points.
Some subtle body language.
You can always read them the best. And see, Willie Lawrence is just hearing him out. Just let him vent,
Okay.
move on.
That's the best way to do it.
Don't argue with them. Let them do their thing. There we go. Okay, now we're ready.
It's 1st and goal from the 6-yard line for the Gators.
I don't assume Pizant's going to throw a pass here. But
No.
I've seen crazier things.
But we'll see. He's in the Wildcat. He only got 2 yards there, but they were 2 physical yards, the 4. Pizant carrying it himself out of that Wildcat. We'll see if they continue with the Wildcat.
Looks like they're going to go back to A.B. Smith and the gang come in here.
A more traditional look. Stick around after the game. We'll coin our player of the game from Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. They're once again teaming up with WEAR Channel 3 News to pay it forward for education. Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram owner Miles Bentley identifies and donates $500 to teachers in Northwest Florida to fund special classroom projects. A run to the outside, this time with Jalen Blackman, but it goes nowhere. You can look for those stories Thursdays during Channel 3 News at 5. Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Car City, 6171 Pensacola Boulevard, and online hillkellydodge.com. Also, we'll have our Tom Thumb play of the game. And right now, I've got to figure that kickoff return by Pizant is in the running.
Well, I tell you, Tate's defense did a really good job of closing off that edge right there. And if they could have done it a few times tonight, this game could be completely different.
Up the middle, the hole kind of collapsed as they tried to just carry it that time with A.B. Smith, the quarterback, just keeping it, but not much there. And all of a sudden now it's 4th down.
They got to kick a field goal.
And they're going to have to kick the chip shot field goal from what will be maybe a very short, just under 20-yard field goal.
Yeah, thing is here for Tate, come off hard on those edges, might be able to block it. Take it the other way.
It'll be a 22-yard attempt.
Perez, though, he's pretty solid for the Gators.
The delay of game will move him back.
Which may not be that bad for him with the angle that he was at.
No, 27 yards now, still very makeable. He's hit from over 30 yards this year. There's the hold and the kick. Perez.
Good.
Got it through. Field goal is good. 31-18. Gators stretch the lead with 8:03 left.
This is Tom Thumb Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
(31-18) Escambia now stretching the lead. It's 13. 8:03 left in the game, making this a very important possession for the Aggies. See if they can get a good return. It's set up nicely, but Ruiz is stopped at about the 25.
Well, Tommy, how about this? Niceville 17, Choctaw 14
Wow.
final.
Man, so close there.
Oh, man. That'd have been the upset of the year as of right now. Also, we have Pace 42, Gulf Breeze 28. Oh, I'm sorry. Gulf Breeze just scored.
How about that?
42-35. No surprise there with both those offenses.
Right. Riggins going to throw it. Hey, he's got his man. There's Palmer. Over the middle, Palmer. Sheds the tackler, and there he goes.
Hey.
75 yards. Hunter Riggin to Patrick Palmer. A quick strike is what they needed, and that's what they get.
Goodness gracious. That young man does it all. Running back, quarterback. Saw him throw a pass earlier. And he is a fantastic receiver.
And you could see it looked like Riggin maybe thought about pitching it to Tim Pryor there.
Yeah, he did. It was a little RPO, a little run pass option. And great decision by Riggin. You know Riggin loves to air it out, and that's his favorite target.
Matt Johnson with the point after. Don't go anywhere. We've got ourselves a ball game. 31-26.
This is Tom Thumb Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Yeah, they're celebrating now.
How about that?
Comfort Dental fan camp.
Well, they put a show on, don't they?
Probably why they're called the show band of the South.
Absolutely.
They do an excellent job.
Little pooch kick.
Christian Page still get a return out of this. They're trying to prevent that, but it's still brought back to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, if you're going to pooch kick it, you better get down there and cover. Does Tate's defense have one more stop in them? That's the real question here. Done a pretty good job tonight. Keep in mind that most of these guys you see on the field right now don't come off the field.
They're going on straight adrenaline at this point.
Absolutely.
Trying to muster enough energy for another 7.5 minutes of football. The outside, and this is a good rivalry between these two district foes as well. Escambia 0-1, 1-6A. The Aggies 1-0. Gators have that district loss to Pine Forest, their only loss of the year. At 5-1, the Aggies with just a couple of wins at 2-4. This would throw a wrench in the playoff point system that we have now in Florida. How about this run to the outside? And there goes Peasant again to the end zone. Touchdown, Frank Peasant, making it look easy.
Just strolling on into the end zone. Yeah, and you made a good point. So now that we have a playoff system, a little point system, Coach Bennett said, normally the guys that I would never root for, I root for.
Yeah.
Because when they win, we all win.
Right.
You know, what do you think about the little point system? Do you like it? Do you not like it?
I was thinking about it today after that conversation with Mike Bennett, and I thought, you know, in a normal year, that's perfect. But now, once you put that in place, I think scores tend to get a little skewed at some point, and it's not necessarily a great representation. The idea is that it's a good representation of how good teams are.
Right.
But sometimes that'll get a little skewed. Peasant to the Wildcat now, but flags fly. 41-yard touchdown run for Frank Peasant. We'll have to total up how many yards he has tonight. He's got a ton. And it would be, I think, between him and A.V. Smith for our player of the game from Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. I know which way I'm leaning.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same.
Same way.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. He might just run away with it as he has tonight.
And keep in mind that, 80-some yard kick return he had earlier, too. 86-yard return. It was out of the one. Looked like he was in. Rolling out now to the back of the end zone, almost intercepted. The two-point try is no good.
Spencer Ruiz making a good play right there.
With 6:51 left, it's a 12-point game.
tell you what, though, going forward, and this game's not over by any means, this is a huge statement for Tate. They could have easily, you know, backed out and, you know, waited till next week, but for Escambia, boy, they're gonna be tough.
Right,
man, they're gonna be tough.
Well, let's check in downstairs. Amy's standing by.
Hey, I am with Ashley. She's a senior here at Tate High School. Ashley, I noticed you're wearing pink possibly for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Can you kind of tell me, have you been affected by that?
Yes, my great-grandma actually was diagnosed with breast cancer, and she passed away a couple months ago, so it means a lot to me. So, I mean, that's how I've been affected, so yeah.
And what does it mean to you that there's an entire month dedicated to breast cancer awareness?
It makes me really happy because I know there's people out there fighting for it, so I really want them to fight and push through cancer and get through it.
Thank you so much. We're glad your grandma is okay.
It's okay, thank you.
Well, the Aggies will start this drive from their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, I think we've all had somebody we know that's been affected by breast cancer to some extent. And, you know, for me, it was a friend of mine's mother. And the one thing, though, she didn't let it define her. And there's so much support now for it. It's incredible. I mean, we've come so far with medicine in general.
Injury timeout on the far side. And that is Jordan Torres, senior linebacker, that's a little slow to get up here. They're coming out to check on him. We're talking about Pizant. 136 yards of total or 136 yards on offense today. That does not include his 86-yard kick return either. And he's had some other good returns, not necessarily to the tune of 86 yards, but I mean, he has just been a beast today.
Well, the thing is, he's just made it look easy. That's the part that aggravates you. You know, you just look at him and he's run through tackles like it's nothing and just kind of done whatever he wanted to all night long. And the thing is, whenever Tate's kind of stopped him and doubled him and things like that, well, A.V. Smith found one of the other receivers, or A.V. Smith himself was kind of taking it.
So he will limp to the sidelines. And certainly hope Torres will be okay, and be nice to see him back in there.
Boy, that's a big young man.
35, Jordan Torres comes off a little second up there. Puts in the best. First down for the...
So it'll be first down and 10. Riggin sheds the tackler with a stiff arm and then gets shoestringed near the 30-yard line.
And guess who? Frank Pizant on the tackle. How do you like that?
That's unreal, isn't it?
You knew he had to get in linebacker at some point.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And we talked about it, you know, Tennessee's probably where he's going to end up. And, boy, they're going to have a good one. It's going to be fun to watch in that SEC.
Riggin to the sideline. Quick pass to Palmer, and he steps out of bounds to stop the clock after a first down pickup. Roughly 10 yards.
That'll be the second one Escambia's had in the past 2 years to go to SEC school. Of course, Jacob Copeland going to Florida, and reading a little bit about him this week. He's had some injuries, kind of slowed him down. Of course, Florida's picked it up. That's looking like a great offense to be in here lately.
Yes, it is.
Dan Mullen's doing a great job over there.
They're starting to turn a corner.
Florida hadn't really known what an offense has been in a while. They've had a fantastic defense, and
it's been so hard for them to find a reliable quarterback down in Gainesville.
Yeah, Felipe Frank's doing a good job with Dan Mullen. They said Dan Mullen's the quarterback whisperer, and he's doing a great job so far.
Well, that's part of what made him so good at Ole Miss. Not Ole Miss.
Mississippi State.
That's the one. I knew when I said it.
It's in the Mississippi region.
One of those, yeah. One of the Mississippis.
You've been traveling in Mississippi too long with UWF.
I've been there a couple of times recently, yeah. All right, first and 10 from the 39. Riggin feeling the pressure, gets rid of it. Ruiz just can't reach out to haul it in. And he was matched step for step by Patrick Sanders racing down the seam.
Yeah, I tell you one thing I've been more impressed with second half here is the offensive line really giving Riggin a little bit of time to throw. And he was under pressure, you know, in the first half of the game, doing a really good job keeping him standing straight up this half.
What I like there is he felt the pressure.
Scooted forward.
Yep. Just slid in the pocket. Little read option handoff to Pryor. He spins his way for a first down across the 50-yard line. Inside of 6 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. Tate needing to strike.
Yeah, great run right up the middle. Hadn't happened too often tonight.
1st and 10. Still no real sign of urgency here. Riggin again to throw. Airs it out. Looking for Palmer, and incomplete. Good coverage from Jesse Salisbury.
Yeah, if there's one area I believe that you could possibly, and I'm reaching here, you could beat Escambia, and it's on the edges. I think they're pretty dominant in the middle. They're tough. They got good middle linebackers. I think if Pizan's playing outside linebacker, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
But they keep him at running back this year. That's where he helps the team at the most. Of course, they're letting him play a little bit now. But, yeah, I think Escambia, they're pretty solid up the middle. I think if you have a chance to beat them, it's got to be on the outside.
To the outside. There goes the run for Pry here, and he's got himself another first down.
Yeah, fresh body right there. Pryor, he was the running back to start off this year. And then they moved Palmer to running back. Kind of give him a little spark and showing off why he was RB1.
Clock will roll again from 5:19. 1st and 10 again. Riggin steps up right into a hit and then gets finished off for a 3-yard loss. Well, he just got crushed. And there is a flag that comes in.
I'm wondering if that's going to be on Noah Lord right there, finishing him off, almost like a targeting. I don't know. Personal foul against Escambia.
That'll be a first down.
Probably what it's going to be on that last hit right there by Lord, finishing off Riggin. Pretty.
And I think that's what he's trying to get clarification on. That's Pizant getting some clarification.
Yeah, from one linebacker to another.
Yep.
Give him a few tips.
All right, here's what you did. You can't do that. First and 10. Riggin lobs it up. Palmer still doesn't know where the ball is.
Well, Riggin's got a cannon for an arm. I mean,
he can whip it around there, can't he?
Throw it a country mile. They got a lot of country miles out here in Gonzales.
Yes.
Beautiful out here.
From the 21-yard line, just outside of the Synovus red zone, it's 2nd and 10. And to the 18-yard line. Short pickup. Well, he got 4, so still a very manageable 3rd and 6. But again, they've got to score.
Yeah,
4:38 left.
They're taking their time, and that's all well and good. You still got 3 timeouts. But at this point, you better score. You have to now.
And they haven't stopped Escambia once with a 3-and-out yet.
No.
You got to keep that in mind, too. Although if you score here and you take your time the way they are, maybe they go for an onside kick. That could be what they have in mind. Riggin, quick pass, and the flat completes it. That's going to be another first down to the 11-yard line.
Yeah, right there at the sticks. Great pitch and catch right there. And that's the area where Hunter Riggin has struggled. That short passing game right there. We're starting to see him grow up a little bit. Of course, it helps when you got 2 receivers like Palmer and Ruiz out there going to make the catches for you.
1st and 10.
So we see Tate leaving Palmer a receiver, keeping Pryor in the backfield.
Pryor again to the outside. There he goes. Pryor
Touchdown.
dives for the pylon. Touchdown, Aggies.
Boy, oh boy. Talk about a fresh body right there. You just saw him outrun the Gator defense and determined to get in the end zone right there with the dive inside the pylon. Look at this right here, a little hesitation. Got him. Reaches out.
That's great.
That's as beautiful as it gets right there, folks. Let there be push-ups.
Let there be push-ups indeed. 6-point game.
Matt Johnson on, Mr. Consistency.
Now to make it a 5-point game.
Be huge extra point right here.
There is a flag down now.
If he makes this extra point, now you make it a 5-point game. All you got to do if you get the ball back is just score. Yeah, we're talking about it being quiet here at Pete Gendel Stadium. Yeah, not no more.
They have
woken
awoken.
up. Let the Aggie faithful rise.
Penalty was declined to the offside, so they get ready for the try for Matt Johnson. He doesn't miss many of these. Point after is good, and now an Aggie touchdown if they do decide for the onside kick. And with under 4 minutes to go, that's kind of a gray area where you've got a decision to make. That's kind of risky to try an onside kick because you'd give them the ball back with great field position.
Well, I think you've got time to make a stop, but the question is, do you trust your defense to make a stop? You know, here we are late in the fourth quarter. We talked about, you know, that defense running on adrenaline. How much adrenaline do they have left? You know, and Escambia is no slouch. I mean, they can come out and quick strike if they need to or whatever. And that's a tough call. I think right here, I just think you got to trust your defense. You just have to.
Yep.
It sends a huge message to that defense and say, hey, look, we're kicking it deep. It's up to you guys. Put it on their shoulders and let them go make plays.
We will see.
Looks like they're lining up for, well, no, they're going to even it out. Okay.
So they will kick it off.
Or are they?
Could be some trickeration, I suppose.
Well, he's got it on the right hash at the top of our screen. Or does he try to pooch kick it? That open
they've
area.
been doing that a lot anyways. Not necessarily in that little window between the 20 and 40, but
what kind of trickery does he have up his sleeve here?
That's exactly where they're going with it. But it's caught at the 25-yard line.
He fumbled the ball,
but he got it back.
Oh, man.
The ball came out from Chris Hale, and he was very lucky to get it back. And they'll have it from their own 30-yard line.
Had to take a deep breath there for a second. See on the replay. And Spencer Ruiz stripping the football out. And, oh, man, that would have talked about a huge turn of events. Then if you're Tate, you can run your offense.
Yes.
Run the rest of that clock down, go down there and score. Nonetheless, you've got to make some stops here.
Talk about a key defensive possession. And the inside handoff to Pizan chews up 6 yards on first down. And they will just keep that clock rolling. If you're Tate, again, it's that dilemma. Do you use the timeouts? You probably wait till they get a first down, and then you start burning them.
See what happens right here. If they get a loss, you go ahead and call the timeout. But the thing is here for Tate, I mean, I know that we've got Escambia's got so many athletes. I think you got to load the box. You cannot let Frank Pizan beat you.
A.V. Smith. There he goes. Smith. There is a flag down. Smith still on his feet. Gets leveled out of bounds on the near sideline, but a flag back at the 40.
And by the reaction, some of the Escambia players, looks like it's going to be against Escambia too. Chris Hale, number 3, he was pretty adamant. Yep, it's a holding call.
So they'll march it back. Now, really, if you're Escambia, it's a frustrating call because of all the yards lost. But you don't get that time back if you're Tate. So you just ran a play that took 20 seconds off the clock. It's still only second down, and you've got to go 11 yards. Again, from a clock management perspective, that's not necessarily the end of the world.
Yeah, but if you're Tate, you'll take it at this point.
Yes, you will.
And now you narrow it down to they got to make 2 more big plays, because I don't think Escambia is going to go for it unless it's very short.
Right. Second down and 11. Smith hesitated, keeps. Got a few. 4 yards to the 34.
I think right now you can let the clock run and save those timeouts because you're about 2:45 on the clock. And this place is rocking.
Third down and 6, and the Aggie fans hoping for a stop.
If you're Escambia here, do you play conservative? I mean, given to Pizan, it's not necessarily conservative.
Big third down. Almost fumbled the exchange, and nowhere to go.
Man, oh man.
A.V. Smith, when he faked it to Pizan, I saw that ball wobble for a moment.
Yeah, and I thought with the big hit right there that he was going to end up fumbling it. Tell you what, if he gives it to Pizan, might have a little hole, but timeout Tate. 2:05 left. And once again, you can get somewhat of a punt return here, and you set yourself up so well and run your offense.
This is a big timeout. They'll get the ball back. Under 2 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. And Tate will have a chance to pull off what would really be realistically a pretty sizable upset.
Well, keep in mind too, so Tate's moved Palmer back to receiver, and he's one of the best receivers in the area. I mean, he is just so solid. This almost looks like a pooch punt formation. Boy, that was weird. They had Frank Pizan about 6 yards back.
And I don't know why you necessarily want to pooch this either, because you don't want to give Tate a shorter field than they would already have. Now Escambia has to burn their final timeout.
This has been another fun one. We have had some
doozies,
games.
haven't we?
We had some blowouts last year. Man, these are so much fun.
Spencer Ruiz is back to return for the Aggies. Remember, he had a pretty good return already once tonight.
Tell you what, it looks like Tate's going to bring Palmer off the edge up there. He might try to block this punt. And he backs out. Gotta watch a fake here just in case.
And it takes a Gator bounce and comes to rest inside the 30 with 1:55 to go. The clock's still going. And a few extra seconds rolled off that clock to 1:53. So 1:53 left. With the Gators up by 5, and this is the final drive of this game.
Keep in mind, this is a district matchup here as Tate's 1-0 and Escambia is 0-1. And for Tate to go 2-0 here would be huge.
Quick pass outside. Palmer tackled out of bounds. Clock will stop. Good pitch and catch. Riggin to Palmer.
You see the dynamic duo right there.
Second down. Palmer lined up the bottom of your screen. Riggin keeps it and carries for the first down. And keep in mind they have 2 timeouts, so they've still got plenty of time. The clock will stop for a moment on the spot with the first down.
I don't think if you're Tate here, you can really waste any downs to spike the football either.
Riggin goes deep to the left side, overthrows his target, Cole Kelly. Missed some time earlier this week, had a torn quad.
Well, that just doesn't sound fun at all.
That sounds really painful.
Oh.
Pryor's in the backfield. He's had some big runs tonight. And Riggin just keeps it, fakes it to Pryor. And you could see Joseph Minor really going for the football there. He was trying to get the strip, but Riggin keeps it for a couple of yards. They've got to hurry. Minute 15.
Tell you that Palmer's lined up against Jesse Salisbury over here, number 12, and they picked on Salisbury a few times tonight.
This is 3rd and 9. Again, Riggin keeps it, and he breaks free. Riggin still tackled at the 48. Under a minute left.
Yeah, you got to call a timeout here and give him a break.
And this is 4th down coming up. Not a bad time to go over what you want to do here. He had Spencer Ruiz, though, in that left flat.
Yeah, he did, and the pressure was getting to him, too. And it's tough. I mean, when you've been being battered and beaten all night long, it's tough to keep your eyes downfield knowing that the pressure's coming. A lot easier said than done. Tate chanting the "I believe we will win" here in Gonzales, Florida. That became famous with what, our men's soccer team when they made a run?
I think it's just a soccer thing, period. It was the U.S. men's national team. There you go. That was it.
There it is.
It's got a nice drum beat to it.
It does.
Big fan. All right, here we go. 4th down. 4th and 5. And this, for all intents and purposes, is to keep the game alive for the Aggies. Riggin trying to draw him off sides. The Gators very disciplined. In fact, they have not committed many penalties today at all. Riggin throws and completes it for the first down. Spencer Ruiz hangs on at the 47 of Escambia. They'll spot him at the 45.
Keep in mind the clock stops for the chains moving, but once the chain's set, back in motion here. Looks like they're going to spike it.
I think they're going to clock it. I think you just try to run a play, but they will spike it with 50 seconds left.
Yeah, I think right there you got to have 2 plays in mind, knowing if you get the first down, get back on the ball and run the second play. But for Tate, I don't disagree with the call. Collect yourself. Still got 50 seconds and a timeout left. But now the thing is, though, is that's one less play you get against his defense.
I got to feel like those possessions are, those downs are pretty valuable at this point.
A dime a dozen at this point.
Of course, you're in 4-down territory, but
now it's 3 downs.
Riggin. Pressure coming. And that was almost intercepted, and he had Cole Kelly, but he had Cole Kelly because the corners broke off when that ball was fluttering up in no man's land because Riggin got hit as he let it go.
Oof. Boy, oh boy.
He's lucky that wasn't his 8th interception of the year.
Yeah, watch the backside pressure right here.
Oh, it looked like he got rid of it before the hit came, but still didn't get anything on that throw. Probably right as his fingertips were coming off the ball is when he got hit. All right, here we go. 3rd down and 10. Riggin fires a dart, intercepted. Picked off by Jesse Salisbury, and he's bringing it back the other way. Salisbury tackled near the 30-yard line. That pick ices it for the Gators. So that'll do it. Escambia can take a knee as they even their district record. Now 6-1. And that is a huge, huge play. We may have a new clubhouse leader for our Tom Thumb play of the game. A.B. Smith takes a knee, and that's it.
Wow.
Escambia wins it 37-32 in a thriller at Pete Gendel Stadium tonight at Tate High School. And it looks like the Aggies will burn their final timeout here.
Well, you don't get to take them with you.
Nope.
Hoping for maybe a bobbled snap or something like that.
You never know.
Well, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? Man, what a game. Escambia ramping up that pressure just to finally get to Riggin. We talked about the offensive line did a great job protecting him in the second half. And man, how about this, Tommy? Gulf Breeze 45, Pace 42, final. Woo.
Good old-fashioned shootout there, huh?
How about those defenses?
They took the day off.
They did. Well, when you got Damian Bivens, the running back for Pace, and of course, one of the best running backs at Gulf Breeze over there. What can you say?
Of course, you show up to watch that game, you're just kind of hoping for a high-scoring game like that.
When they make a tackle, it's a plus.
Yeah. There's the knee.
Tell you, we've had Tyler Dittmer a few times, you know, the running back over there at Gulf Breeze. Yep. That's a special, special young man.
That'll be it. What a hard-fought game by the Aggies today.
Wow.
You can bet that they can take some solace in knowing how hard they played. And they played a complete game. Mike Bennett's team was just too much today, and they were really good.
Yeah, they were. I tell you what, though, he's got a lot to go back to the drawing board on.
He does. But he also knows that his team is still relatively young and that they've got they've got some things they can work on, but they're going to get better too. So good one tonight. Escambia wins it. We'll be back with Mike Bennett and the hardware after this.
Is Tom Thumb Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Hill Kelly, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Welcome back out to Pete Gendel Stadium. It's the Gators that survive this one, a tight ball game. 37-32, they beat the Aggies tonight here on Friday Night Rivals, and this was a fun football game. You mentioned it. There's still some work to be done for the Gators, but overall, Mike Bennett has to be pretty happy with his team's performance tonight, Jeff.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And the thing, though, that he looks forward is in the playoffs, not just making the playoffs. They expect to make the playoffs. He's got a lot to work on for the big playoff run ahead. And I tell you what, that team, that's not a team I want to face in the playoffs.
No.
Man, oh, man, they're going to be so tough. And I think the kicker for them, of course, you've got Peasant, great running back, but it's the depth.
Well, and the options that they have, the weapons that they have. We talked about all the receivers that they've got. They've got depth at running back. Their quarterback can throw it. He showed tonight he was an accurate passer. He had one drive where he was 4 for 4 on an 84-yard drive that ended in a touchdown pass. So A.V. Smith certainly has a bright future. He's only going to continue to get better. And like we said, all the weapons they've got at receiver, running back, this is a good team. And it looks like they're all gathered around and just waiting to talk to Amy right now. So take it away, Amy.
Yes, I'm here with Escambia High School's head football coach. Coach, gave up some plays in the second half. How do you plan to make those adjustments going forward?
Play harder. I mean, we just got to do what we've been coached to do, and that's the biggest thing. Just coach, do what you're coached to do. And we just got out of position a couple of times. They had a great game plan. They did a great job, and you know, they had 2 weeks to work on us, and you know, I told our coach this was going to be a tough week because we just came off 2 emotional games, and hey, it is what it is. We won. That's the bottom line.
Yes, sir. And offensively, it was great balance. What was the key to that success?
Well, we try to be balanced, but our offensive line played well tonight. They really did. They made some adjustments. After the first quarter there, and our guys did a good job.
Yes, sir. Well fought game, well deserved win. Here is your trophy. Congratulations again.
She's got that down.
She does.
She hands off and bails. Well, he talked about the offensive line. He loves the what he's got up front. Those are the guys that always get the gear first. When new gear comes in, they get to eat first. Everything offensively starts up front, and he understands that, and he's got a pretty good offensive line, and he had a good reason to be happy with him today.
Well, he was a running back, and that's one thing he told us. He really understood. You treat those guys well, your team will have success, and, man, it starts up front for them, and, man, they got some good ones. They really do.
Well, here's our play of the game, brought to you by Tom Thumb. With several locations throughout Northwest Florida, you can find everything you need for game night at Tom Thumb, your neighborhood food store. And how about this? Hunter Riggin dropping back to pass, trying to keep this final drive alive, and then it's picked off. Intercepted by Jesse Salisbury, the senior corner. Nice big return there for Salisbury as well. He was just trying to go over the middle, and that hole and that window closed quickly by Salisbury. Nice interception for him. Good return, and that iced it for the Gators. Our player of the game tonight from Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram is Frank Pizan. He finished with 260 total yards of offense. That included an 86-yard kickoff return. He also carried for 2 touchdowns as well. Hill Kelly once again teaming up with WEAR Channel 3 News to pay it forward for education. Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram owner Miles Bentley identifies and donates $500 to teachers in Northwest Florida to fund special class projects. Look for those stories Thursdays during Channel 3 News at 5. Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Car City at 6171 Pensacola Boulevard. HillKellyDodge.com. Good one tonight. Frank Pizant was awfully good.
Oh, I mean, it's crazy to think that, he's going to be most likely playing SEC linebacker next year. With all the talents he's got. Tennessee, if you're out there, don't cut him off yet. Give him a shot.
Yeah, no doubt. Good one. Well, we've got another good one next week. It'll be Washington and Catholic. Kickoff 7 o'clock. Hope you can join us for that one. That's all the time we have for tonight. Don't forget, find highlights of this one and all the games around the area on Prep Football Final with Dan Shugart and Steve Nissom. It's after Channel 3 News at 10 o'clock. For Jeff Price, Amy Russo, and our entire crew, I'm Tommy Thrall. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next week on Tom Thumb Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.